f'Olúwa, kò tiwa ní tiwa. Ó yẹ ká wá máa wí nígbà tẹ́ṣù gbógun tiwa.
Ọpẹ́ ni f'Olúwa, ọba wa olóore àkèkà, kábíyèsí rẹ̀. Àfọpẹ́ fún Jèhófà tó gbà wá lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tá. Àdúpẹ́ Olúwa. Pẹ̀lú agbára wọn, ọpẹ́ ní f'Olúwa, tí kò jẹ́ kí tèṣù borí. Ọpẹ́ ní f'Olúwa, ọba wa olóore àkèkà, kábíyèsí rẹ̀. Àfọpẹ́ fún Jèhófà tó gbà wá lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tá. Àdúpẹ́ Olúwa. I salute you now, my people. Good evening, good evening. Give me 1 minute, so let's just appreciate God and worship God for 1 minute. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ Jésù dàbọ̀ sílẹ̀. Ọpẹ́ ni f'Olúwa, ọba wa olóore àkèkà, kábíyèsí rẹ̀. Àfọpẹ́ fún Jèhófà tó gbà wá lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tá. Àdúpẹ́ Olúwa. Good evening, my people. I salute each and every one of you. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's another live stream, and it's a very, very special one because we have a very, very important guest. I got my sister in the house, and she's waiting already. She's in the studio. I'm going to add her in a minute. Her name is Jessica, and she is coming to speak to us about narcissism and being in a relationship with a narcissist person and what we can learn. Just before I bring my sister on, I want to salute each and every one of you. Bolaji, I thank you for joining us. Mary, thank you. Bingpe, thank you. Lola, I thank you. Simply P, you're all welcome. Mary, thank you, every single one of you. Truly, really, maybe your name never long reach. You're welcome. Maybe Johnson, thank you, every single one that's coming into the studio, and those that will join us later. I salute each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Please give this video a thumbs up as you're coming in. Kelly, thank you so much. Hassan, Fatima, you're welcome. Amono, Isabelita, you're welcome. Nora, Simply Miss P, I greet you. Former Kedu Kodi, you're welcome. T.I. Hogs, I greet you. Cynthia, hello to you. Welcome each and every one of you. And we appreciate your love. And oh, Angela Hill, oh my God, we've not even started. You're already blessing us. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you so much. You've always been a very good friend of this platform, and we never take your love for granted. Thank you so much for the super chat. So without much further ado, I am going to bring my sister in. She's going to come and talk to us. Before I bring her in, I just want to set some ground rules, please. So I know some people will see the title and they will start jumping up and down and looking for what not to say. So I just want to say before we begin that this is not about bashing anybody. No, we are not here to bash anybody. We are not here to bash any gender. We are not here to talk down anybody. We are not here to abuse anybody. And no abuse will be tolerated. When I see some people die in my comment section, they get upset. But I have a reason for doing that. I have to moderate this platform to make sure that it is conducive for everybody. So if you want to join the conversation, you're very welcome. But if you start being abusive and being rude to people in my comment section or to me, I would block you. It's simple as that. Please be respectful, my guests. Respect her, respect one another in the comment section, and respect me that is trying to moderate this session. I beg you. If you've had a bad day and you are going through something that is unpleasant today, do not offload on us. We are here to learn. It is not about bashing anybody or telling anybody. It's about learning. And please respect Jessica. This is her experience. This is her experience. Don't come to the comment section and saying she's lying. Don't come to the comment section, please, and say you need to hear from the other person. I want to create a safe environment where people can share their experiences without the fear of being labeled or called names. Please, if you have something to say, I am very, very happy to hear from you later on. I will share my link. You can contribute and say whatever you want to say, but please be advised that abuse will not be tolerated. Thank you so much. I know most of you who are regulars here, you are very matured people. You respect one another, and I just want to see that maturity tonight. Thank you so much, everyone. Come on, sister. Everybody missed you in my last vlog, the last video that we did. Everybody was like, "Where's Come on, sister? Where's Come on, sisters?" I'm glad you could join us today. So yeah, let's get on to the show. I am going to add my sister now. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Sister V.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Is it okay for us to call you Jessica?
Yes, it's okay. It's
okay. Right. You're welcome, Jessica. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being vulnerable enough and be strong enough at the same time to share your experience with us. I want to commend you because I know that it is not an easy thing to do, but you have chosen to share your experience with us today for us to learn. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Auntie B. I'm grateful and honored to be here today. I'm so blessed. I just thank God for you giving me this audience to share my story, because just like I told you, all that you have been all the videos you have been having recently stirred up the whole thing. Even though I opened a YouTube channel last year, I have not been able to do anything, but I just thank God that you started this whole thing, and it stirred up how do I put it? That grace, let me use the word, to come out to do this today. Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're calling from or you're joining from.
Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So let's do it this way so that it will be more organized. So I'm just going to ask you questions and allow you to speak. I will try not to interrupt you, but if I see anything in the comment section that like a question or something that I want you to touch on, then I will just try to bring it in while you are talking. Is that all right?
That's all right, but can I do some introductions a little bit?
Yeah, that's what I was going to start. I was going to start with that. Don't worry. I will allow you to introduce yourself, and I will allow you to tell us a little bit about yourself. That's my first question that I was going to ask you. So, Miss Jessica, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
My name is Jessica. I'm a mother of 5 children, living in the United States of America. And presently, I and my 5 children will live at the shelter, a domestic violence shelter. And we've been living in this particular domestic violence shelter since July. But actually, I started living in the domestic violence shelter March of 2020, precisely March 16th, the day the lockdown started in America. And I stayed there for 94 days, the first shelter I stayed at, and the welfare took me to another shelter, because actually the first shelter I stayed was supposed to be only for 30 days, but because of the COVID, I was unable to be moved. So, and when the Shelter, welfare moved me. They moved me to a shelter that was, in fact, it was something. It was nothing to write home about. So I fought my way into this place I am today.
So approximately you've been in shelter for about a year now with your
More than
five
a year.
kids.
More than
Yeah.
a year,
Okay.
and yeah, a year
Okay.
and
Okay. Thank you so
yeah,
much,
yeah.
Ms. Jessica. Can you please tell us a little bit about the background? What led you to going into shelter with your five kids?
Oh, thank you. What led me go into the shelter with my five children? Domestic is a domestic violence situation.
Right.
Yeah, I've been in a domestic violence situation. Let me just use since 2014 precisely. But before then, uh, the domestic abuse have been going on. It has been going on from even before I came to the United States. You know, the disguised abuse, which I didn't know they were all abuse. So with time, everything started unfolding, and one of the experiences happened. The violence happened right before my mom, just 9 months after I had my twin. I had my twin December of 2014. So in September 1st, 2015, he abused me right before my mom. In
When you
fact,
say abuse, what do you mean? Was it
he,
like a
phys-
slap?
he
A smack?
physically hit me before my mom.
All right. So I want to just ask you some specific questions,
Mhm.
Ms. Jessica. So you are a Nigerian by origin, and your
Yeah.
ex-partner or your ex-husband is Nigerian as well. You are both Igbo.
Yes.
And I just want to establish, did your husband come to Nigeria to marry you and bring you to America, or did you meet him in America?
Okay, I met him in Nigeria when I was working in Festac Town. I was working for a communication group. They had different kind of they were involved in different kind of business. So, but I was in the communication section. So he came to get when these phones newly came. He came to
Right,
get the phone line from our company. We deal on phone lines, everything communication.
right,
So that was how he met me. That was in 2004.
right. So you
So
got married in Nigeria before you both came to the US.
yes, actually, we got married first in 2005 in the registry. Uh, that was where we got married first, November 2005 in the registry. Then the white wedding commenced March of 2008. Then before I joined him, so I met him in Nigeria, and that was where we met before I came to the States in 2012.
Okay, right. So you said that you got five children and you had to basically run for your life because you said that you were in a marriage with a narcissist man,
Mhm. Yes.
basically. And you've already told us now that there was several instances where you suffered or you endured domestic violence. So
Mhm.
can you tell us a little bit more about those incidents and what usually led to them and how you survived the years that you were married before you finally left?
Okay, thank you, Auntie V. Uh, like the first incident actually started in 2013. I was just few months into America, few months after I arrived rather into America, and those ones I was just like as people will make us, they want us to overlook everything. But in 2014, I went through a lot of emotional. In fact, the emotional trauma was out of this world. And at that time, I was pregnant with my twin.
Right.
Uh, from 2000 and those are long stories, but let me
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
uh, I'll bring some of them in later on. And in
Yeah, if you can
2000,
give us because we want this to be relatable. I know it's
yeah,
hard, and
uh,
I know it's hard, and I really really commend you because it's not everybody that can speak about this experience, knowing that you are still going through it.
yes, Auntie
But
V.
I believe that part of your healing is you talking to people and sharing your experience and teaching people to recognize, these things when they are in relationship with people who possess narcissist behavior.
Yes.
So, if you just a little bit of examples of things that happened that
Yes.
him
Yes.
and things that lead to that will be helpful.
Okay. Like that 2014. Before then, I started in 2013. I started this nursing aid training because I wanted to work. I don't want to be a stay-home mom.
Right.
So, but this guy already has started manipulating me from Nigeria that I'm not gonna do nursing aid job. That is a tough job. I said, is it not women like me that are doing it? What's tough about it? So he, the conviction could not stand because I still went ahead. I enrolled in the classes. It lasted for 2 months, and about the time I was about to start working, I told him I need help because with what I was seeing in America, I was so scared because I know how long I prayed before my first son came, and when he came, I didn't want to put him out there. I was scared about the system at that time when it comes to daycare centers. Because when I came, a lot of things I saw on the news, they really discouraged me on putting him on daycare. So I requested, oh, let my mom come over because my mom was the last person in my mind to come to give me aid in America. Because before I left Nigeria, I said my brothers will be the first to come so that they can come and walk and lift the family up. So, but when I came, I saw the situation that it wasn't the way I was thinking. I needed help with my son. So, but this guy told me that my mom cannot come, or do I remember that he told me already that his mom will be the one to come after I come? I said, oh, but right now we are living in America together. We are seeing the situation. I have to work. So I now told him, number one, your mom is aged. She cannot do anything for me.
Yeah.
And you know that my mom is younger than your mom, and really she can't give me no help. But this was a big battle, the 2014 battle. I can't go into full details. We'll sleep here.
Yeah. So it was the first issue was whose mother to come, whether your mom or his mom. And you felt like your mom would be better because she's younger, she can help you with the children, and his mother was older.
Yes.
Yeah.
And along the line, I got pregnant. This was now in 2014.
Right.
So by April 2014, I saw my message the last time. May, I just checked myself. I was pregnant. And you know, the pregnancy hormones in women, only one child is a lot, not to talk of when the person is pregnant with 2 children. So with multiple, I experienced fast hormonal changes. I needed ASAP help. But it was a big distance. I had to beg him. And you know, at that time I already started working. Luckily for me, he refused to help bring my mom or even make a passport ready. So it was out of what I was working that I sent my mom money to make passport. Unknown to me, he has already started his mom's distance. But I found out through his phone one of the times that he already started processing his mom's papers and everything.
Right.
You know, when I asked him, he lied. At the end, it was the truth. So, but he knew about my mom's process. He knew that I sent money for my mom to get passport to pay for her visa.
Right.
And fortunately, to the glory of God, my mom at this time, around this time I'm talking to you about, I was going frequently to the hospital. Every time I was always in the hospital because number one, there was no joy in the house. The man was making life harder for me. He could not help me. I could not eat what I cook.
And so you were pregnant.
I was pregnant,
and you had a little baby as well.
I had an active 2-year-old son at that time.
Okay, so you were sick. You had pregnancy illness, and you were going to the hospital. Did he go with you to the hospital for all these checks and everything?
The time he went with me, like the first time I went for that emergency. At that time, I was 3 months pregnant. That was because we all went together. That was a weekend he was in the house. You know, we all went together. But the problem was, number one, I was starving. I couldn't get something to eat. He's not cooking. Instead of this guy to be home to give a little help, he prefers to go give it outside to people. And all what I was hearing since I came to America was, honey, I'm coming. Let me go and help this person. Let me go and help. But the actual help your spouse need, I was not getting it.
Right.
So it took fights, like misunderstanding for him to even start cooking for me. I was really hungry. And all my results, my test results at that time were always showing, what's it called? Anemic. I was seriously anemic. My daughter, God bless his soul, he died a few years ago. So I was always anemic, and I couldn't say what I was going through. I was literally going hungry every day. So I had to even devise means of getting something into my tummy. I started getting Ensure. I know you know this Ensure.
No, Ensure.
So I had to start using it to keep myself away from hunger, because I couldn't eat what I cook. If I cook, whatever I cook, he and my young son will eat. And at the time, I could not even perceive those food because they were really on my on my hormones. So when I started, I had to start begging this guy again, please let my mom come.
Right.
He was not ready to give in. So that led to my sending sending my mom documents to start. That was now the time I now started my mom's process. So fortunately, my mom got the visa. I was so happy. Around the time my mom got the visa, buying ticket now became a problem. At that time, I only started working in March and I got pregnant in April. So the time space I worked was so short, but I could save at least more than $2,000. But by then, because of the process my mom was going through, everything came down. I have less than $1,000 left.
Right.
So, this guy continued this way. I pleaded, I cried. I said, this is just for us. My mom coming to help me is not just for me alone. It's for you and our son to help, at least, so that when you come back, you can even get some sleep. But he's not even ready to even stay at home. So he was ready. Yeah.
So this at this point now, all you were fighting for was to get some money to buy the ticket for your mom to come to the US.
To buy the ticket.
So how did you resolve that?
Okay, that wasn't resolved. I had to tell him about the ticket several times. Do you know what this guy did? There's this former governor of Anambra State. The wife was the one who helped him to get the visa lottery, that played the visa lottery that helped him come into America. The former governor of Anambra State, Chukwuemeka Ezife, the wife. At that time, his mom already has gotten a visa. Do you know what this guy did? Instead of getting a visa for my mom and his mom, he got a visa for his mom and the former governor's wife's got a visa for her. So I was like, what kind of wickedness is this? This guy knows the need that I have
for your mother,
for my mom to come. His mom at that time was 69 years old, and she has diabetes, she has high blood pressure, she has a lot of stuff. So tell me how she can give me that help. She couldn't. So I now told him, the money you were supposed to buy ticket for my mom with, you use it and buy ticket for a woman who doesn't even need it. Even at that time, he was telling me that the daughter of the woman who lives in New Jersey here too said there was no need for him to buy the ticket. This family is a rich family, so why buy ticket for somebody that don't need it? My mom no get money, so me I no get money. I just come America. So that was what happened, and this fight continued. And he told me, okay, he will try and see how you can get tickets. Sister B, 1 month, 2 months was gone, no ticket. He and his friend kept posting me that they were looking for tickets, and ticket was not forthcoming.
Eventually, how did your mom come?
Eventually, my mom came. The day before she came, there was something that happened October 29th, 2014. The mom made food. You know, so many of the things, there's always issue. As a pregnant woman, I was hungry that fateful morning. But the mom made food.
Sorry, Miss Jessica, I just want to establish, did the mom, his own mom, now came to America while your mom was still in Nigeria?
Yes. That's why I told you about he's getting a ticket for her already. So the mom came into the state 30th September 2014.
Yeah.
So at that time, the mom knew the issue that was going on, but she was not ready to tell her son to do the right thing. So my hope was still on him. Even at the time, I took $450 and gave him, okay, from what I have left, take and support yourself for the ticket.
Okay.
But,
Did
but
your
this,
mom help you when she came to the US with
oh,
everything like cooking and helping you because you were pregnant and you had a baby and you had a job? What help did the mom offer? Since he
okay,
insisted that his mom should come and he
yeah,
brought his mom while your mom was still in Nigeria.
yeah. I forgot to tell you one thing. At that time, by September, I had stopped working. Even before I
Right.
stopped working at September, I was working like once in 2 weeks. Sometimes in 2 weeks I will not work. Sometimes 2 times in 2 weeks. That's how I was, because my daughter kept giving me
Right.
bed rest, but I couldn't get that bed rest because of my younger son at that
Right.
time. My
So
son.
did the mom help you?
Yes, at the time she came,
Mm-hmm.
because of the issues we had, she did not come direct to my house. She stayed in her nephew's house. So finally, I told her to come over. Even before that time, I already told the son, please, I don't want your mom to see what is going on in this family. Let everything. But he was not ready. Even for the mom to come in, he told me I think 2 days before the mom's arrival that the mom was coming 2 days in 2 days time. I was like, excuse me, you have the ticket all this while, but you refuse to let me know. So the mom came, she gave me help, but with my son, she was cooking at first. But many of the times, when she cook, I don't know how to explain it, but many of the times when she cook, definitely everybody have their own taste bud during
Yeah.
pregnancy.
So it
So
was not the sort of food that you liked that the mom was cooking.
at all,
Okay.
I've experienced my mom's help when I was pregnant with my oldest son. So I'm not that I don't I was biased about her food, but Sister B, it's not everybody that know how to cook. But when it
Yeah.
comes to the local soup, she is very
Mhm.
good with the local soup. But when it comes to stew and other, no, she make it the local way. And me, I like my stew. There's a way I like my. Normally, I like my stew. So my mom already was doing that for me when I was pregnant with my oldest son in Nigeria.
In
So
Nigeria.
in
Mhm.
Nigeria, that was where I had him. So
So
I
hold on a minute. Sorry, Miss Jessica. Maybe Bernard, you were not here when I started. I did say that I want people to be respectful. I don't want to have to block you. Please respect my guest. You are not in her shoes. You don't have her experiences. So I am warning you, please don't come here with judgment. You don't know her situation. This is a safe place for people to share their experience. And I don't want to rush it. If you don't want to watch, please get off. I don't want to get upset with anybody. She's coming from a a hurtful place, a place of pain to share because she wants others to learn. So we are just building the story up. I don't want anybody to be disrespectful towards her. Don't ask any stupid question in my comment section. I will block you. I mean it. Sorry, my sister.
thank you,
Get
Auntie.
it.
I'm grateful. Thank you for everything you're doing here. So when he refused to get the tickets, that fateful day, just as I was telling you, I was hungry that morning, and but with sorry, let me digress a little bit. With my son, she couldn't help with my son. She kept
Right.
she kept sending my son to me.
So
Because my son
the
was
whole purpose of helping was not
he was
resolved
yes,
by her coming. I
that
mean,
is
it's always better for your mother to do the omugo anyway, or to come and look after you. Your
thank
mother-in-law
you.
cannot really look after you. That's the
Yeah,
truth.
that's one of the things I wanted to make. When it comes to cooking, she was cooking, but my taste bud accepted some, it didn't accept some. But when it
Yeah.
comes to my son, helping with my son, she couldn't. She kept sending that boy to me. Go to your mother, go to your mommy, go to your mommy. Because at that time she started complaining, her BP is high, this one is high, this one is high. I was like, this is all when I complained to the son, this is what your mom has been doing. He now told her to stop sending the boy to me. So
Right.
all this thing is just make it be like say no, she no complain. But at the end, this woman many times because of the way my son was actively disturbing her, she will, you will see that.
Yeah, it's a toddler. It's a toddler. That is the
You will see
age.
that aggression towards the boy.
Yeah, they are very active. That is the age. You
Oh my
cannot
God.
stop them. You
At
can't
that
put them in one place. That is the age.
At that time, he was so active.
Yeah.
So, that 29th of October 2014, the mom make food, just like as it be. When the guy comes in from work, both of them, it's not my business, but many times there are some things that go on in our marriages that are not supposed to be. This guy will go to the mom, either in the kitchen or wherever they will stay. They usually go to the kitchen. They will start talking. You will never hear what they are talking about, but that is one of the things. But that faithful day, I was so hungry. They were talking, talking. So finally, she brought out the food. And when she brought out the food, this guy refused to call me to come and eat. And I was extremely hungry. At that time, I was about 7 months pregnant. So when I saw that when I came and when I saw him, he was not ready to, I was like, now so your heart be, to the extent you know that I'm hungry, you refuse to call me. The misunderstanding just erupted from there. I was like, okay, since it has come to like this, okay, maybe the food your mom made is not for me, it's just for you. Okay, go and eat, your food alone. Mommy, you're not going into my kitchen again. Let me just, if I can at least try to do something for he said, never. You will never stop my mom from entering that kitchen. I said, this is my house. He said, this is his. I said, yes, but that kitchen is my kitchen. I determine who goes in there and who does not, So he said, Mommy, any day you try and go to the kitchen, let me see what she will do. Right before me. I was like, wow.
So what I can understand from this, because we want to move on quickly because of time, Sister Ms. Jessica, is that there was misunderstanding, first of all, around the mom coming to the US, and you wanted your mom to come because you felt your mom would do a better job. You had misunderstanding. The mom eventually came and you didn't get along. There was problem around looking after the child. And you were heavily pregnant, you were not working, you couldn't cook, and there was misunderstanding in the household of which you didn't feel like your husband was playing a neutral role in reconciling the differences that you had with your mother-in-law. Rather, he was sticking with his mother. And you felt attacked because you didn't feel like he understood your situation as a pregnant woman. Right. Okay, I want to move quickly now. I want to move quickly.
Can you please, let me please. There's something that happened that day. I called the police along the line, but before I called the police, I wanted to get his phone so that I can contact somebody on his phone that I don't have his number to talk to him, So when I took the phone, the way these guys almost, grabbed me. Even the mom saw that. I was like, leave her alone, leave her alone. She's pregnant. Don't you see she's pregnant? That's how the mom exclaimed that day. So at that time, seeing him like that, I had to dial 911. And when I dialed 911, the police came, they asked what was going on. When they heard the thing that was going on, they were like, that he did not play a good part. Just like what you were saying, that he was supposed to be neutral, that instead of being neutral, he was on the side of his mom.
And he's supposed to understand, and all these people talking rubbish in my comment section, I've already sat one person down. You don't know what it means to be pregnant. You are a man. You've never had a baby in your womb before. You don't know what hormones does to you. And even a rational thinking. Let me tell you something, Miss Jessica, before you go on. I'll give you an example.
Thank you.
Right. I know what pregnancy is. I've been pregnant before, and I know. In pregnancy, even the most rational woman sometimes will take your hormones make you think, sometimes very rationally, and your reaction sometimes you can overreact. I remember one incident that happened in Nigeria. This is not about me, but I just want to throw this in because I want to explain to some people in the comment section who are talking trash there how pregnancy can affect a woman. My husband and I were in Nigeria. I was pregnant, and we went to a chemist. My husband said he was not feeling well. I went to the chemist. And you know how these chemists in Nigeria people, how they do? They started packing medicine for him for what he didn't need. Just putting many medicine on the counter. And I was like, he said he's having cold. Why? If you see the way I shouted on the chemist attendant, ordinarily I would not behave like, even me. I could not even understand my behavior. Next thing I started crying. And my husband and I and his friend went to that chemist. They now took me outside. The friend was not like, oh, Bridgie, it's pregnancy that is doing this to you. They now started complaining. If you see see the way I was crying. You would think they beat me. This is
Auntie B, not true. 100% true. That is how pregnancy makes a lot of women. It's very rare for a woman not to react to pregnancy hormones most times. So this whole thing, this is part of what happened in America. The one that happened in Nigeria is on its own. So no do. I had to take his that same day. I took his the $450 I had, because at that time, when that thing was happening, he told me your mom is not going to come to America again. So he told me, I'm going to call your father. She's not going to come. So when he said that, I didn't tell him what I have, the plans I have in mind. So what he did, he now called that his friend that is searching for ticket for him. That is allegedly checking out for a ticket. So, but what happened when the man came? The man met the police in the house. The man gave back the money, and when he gave back the money, the next thing that I did, he took the money, put in his wallet, go and drop it on the bed. So I went inside the bedroom because I was going for an ultrasound that day. I went into the bedroom. I looked into the wallet. See money, the 450 and some money we input at the end. The money was like less than $900. So I took everything and also took his ATM just in case, so that if the money no reach to buy ticket, I'll add up with.
So you were still bent on bringing your mother to the US.
Yeah. Okay. So what prompted that was when he told me your mom is not going to come to America again. So I now took the ticket. The money. Went on my way coming back from my ultrasound. I went to a ticket travel agent, and that was how I got the ticket. And I got the ticket even less than $950 at that time. So that same day as I got the ticket, I told my mom, "You're coming tomorrow. You're leaving Nigeria the next day," which was 30th October 2014, and that was it. So I sent information to my dad and text to my brothers. Ma is coming. She's leaving Nigeria tomorrow. One of my Judas brother now send that information to him. That this is what my sister is planning. So that was how he got ahead, that I already bought the ticket. So, but that even without me, when I knew that my brother had already done that, I said, okay, there's nothing to hide. I told him my mom is coming, will be entering America on the 31st. 31st, where you see him, the guy no day. I had to go to the airport. Auntie B, if you see me, when I'm pregnant, I'm trailer. When I mean trailer, excessive.
Your belly is massive.
Ordinary one, not to talk of the two. Anybody that sees me coming,
that's me too. People always think I have twins. My belly will be so long at 6 months. You would think I want to burn the whole world.
My tummy was so big. When people saw me, oh my goodness, coming at the airport, they were just giving me space because my tummy, I was pushing my boy's stroller. So when I saw my mom, oh my goodness, I cried. All the things that we were going through, all the whole this thing.
Yeah.
They would just pour out. So that was how my mom came 31st October 2014. When this guy saw my mom on 31st, even before that day, when my brother told him about, I'm sorry, I forgot something. When my brother told him that my mom was coming, he called my father that he doesn't want to see my mom in his house. So even though, in spite I told him that my mom was coming, he still called my father. I don't want her to come to my house. So when he saw my mom, while I come bust.
So this issue of your mom coming was a very big deal.
Auntie B, I want to shower. Can you go out? I'm on the line. Auntie B, I bet no verse. My oldest son just come distract me now.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Attend to him if you need to, and we will just carry on talking before you come back.
Yeah, Auntie B, thank you. Sorry, I bet.
It's okay.
They've been playing outside. I had to send them outside. That's why I can't do even the live video with you, like my image showing, because they will distract me.
It's okay.
That was how the whole thing came. And by December, when I had the children, that was how the narcissistic part that has started from Nigeria resurfaced again. So all this while it has been there. So if you don't mind, do you want me to continue so that I can tell you how the
Yes,
whole thing
tell us
started?
give us some example of incidents that happened, because you mentioned some physical abuse as well.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Give us some example before we go to the narcissist
Yeah,
aspect. Yeah.
the physical abuse of 2015, that one happened before my mom. Now my mama take the photograph. She is the one that even took the photograph. She said she will not let this one happen go. She took, if left for me, I wouldn't have had any evidence. That's part of the evidence I have till today of that abuse, because even I
What
forgot,
happened? What happened before he hit
all
you?
because of food, to provide for food,
This food is a big deal, though.
to provide
Lot
for
of
food,
food.
to provide for food. This man, Auntie B, I really suffer, but I just give God the glory.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. If I go into details, my story is more than a month story. Oh. If I want to take every day to say it, it's more than a month story. So, because of food, he didn't want to provide for food, and at that time, my twin were just 9 months old. My son was about my son already was 3 years old. So what? I know. Later you will come. I love you. Come on. I'll see you. Auntie be no vex.
Boys, they
Yeah.
like attention.
Ah,
Very, very needy. They know they let your mama rest. Now so
I
you
just
go they take body rub you up and down.
you know
Boys,
the let us rest.
they know let you rest now. So
Yeah. Thank
uh,
you. So that was how the whole thing happened.
you said that food matter. So was it about bringing money to buy food, or what do you mean?
About provision. That is what I've been suffering since I came to America. This guy knows the need of other people outside, but the family need he doesn't know. I will relate everything for you to understand, later. So this guy was not providing what we need. I have to beg, I have to plead for us to eat.
Hmm.
If I don't do that, get ahead.
Hmm.
I have to call him sweet names. If I never call him sweet name, hey, Olowo Orimi, Dimoma. If I've not done that, nothing works. And when my mom intervened to let me go, but this guy, in fact, if you see the picture of this thing, you see the marks of his hand. I use hand, they swipe my body. And
So
another,
was it an argument about not leaving money for food that now led to him when he takes it back?
yes. He's not even
Okay.
ready, because he was not ready to bring that. Instead, you have to give us provision. Since I came to America, it is one story or not or the other. But this guy, they send money to Africa.
Yeah.
People with
Yeah.
their around us. He can buy
Yeah.
gifts for people. He can buy
Yeah.
bags of rice for people. But when your family need bag of rice, they see him. That is in fact, my experience. They stay house. And me and they go the same church before. But when that one I will come back around. Let me not digress. So this whole thing was like this. My mom, in her bid to even rescue me from the guy. If you see how the guy look at my mom, if you see the eye, that narcissistic stare, he just looked at my mom like this, like very wicked look. And my mom told him that she thought that he was a human being, but she didn't know that it was a devil that came to marry the daughter.
So what do you do when they argue about food? What do you do?
He beat me. He beat me. He beat me. My mom, I thought I would die that day.
This time you don't born your second pikin.
That time my twin don't come. I have 3 children at that time. Even at that time, people told me, with the thing that is going on in the house, I beg, close your legs, close your leg. I said,
we'll come to that one later.
Yeah.
We'll come to that one later. Yeah. So because you have 5 children. Yeah.
Yeah. That was how my mom finally, rescued me from his hand. And
he beat you because you asked him to drop money for food.
Yes, he beat me up a lot. All my face, he even blow me from out a little bit. I get my teeth touch my lips, those kind of small bruise. Then my neck, my back, he used his hand. And another thing, the first thing when they do always now my neck, they always grab me for neck. He always grab my neck.
Hey.
He's always, see they call him chokehold that be strangle. That is all he always do. That is his first thing he does to me. So, and that is That is one. And over the years,
they call police. What did you they do if he beats you?
Okay, the first time I call police, what I tell you, say I call police 2014. Our African people finish me. They make my life miserable. Then cut off from me. These people cut off from me. I was pregnant. They cut off from me for calling police on
your husband.
My husband.
Yeah.
They told me that reach police matter. These people I told police to come and at least make they come move, make I get rest. Because since when I did pregnant, I have not had any single rest. I've been crying. And I couldn't share with my doctor what I was going through. So that was it. I can't decide, say, I'm not gonna call police again, no. Because that experience. But when I now understand later that no matter later on as time goes on, I understood that I don't have to live the life people want me to live. I have to live the life that God has placed in my heart. Because if I continue looking at people, I could not die. So, and I've been complaining to people. And you know one thing about this our African people, many times it's better you discuss your issue with an American. We go stand by you.
Yes.
In the future. If they tell our people no stand for you when you go to court.
Absolutely.
That is what I'm going through right now. I've been fighting in the court since last year, and I am all by myself. Our people they know they stand for person for court.
So when your mother come, Miss Jessica, was your mother-in-law still there with you in the US when your mother-in-law when your mother came? Both of them meet for your house.
At that time, she don't live. That same 29, she left. Because I tell you my story deep, so I need to jump some things. Yes, we don't live. Thank you for bringing up that. At that same 29, in son carry and come up from the house.
Yeah.
So by in son carry and come up from the house, but she came back again March of 2015. She came back to the house March of 2015. When I tell her, say, okay, may you come back. May you forget what thing don't happen. I invited her back for inside house, but as I invite her, now wahala, Auntie B, this woman, she do and reach my mama. My mom go sweep house. My mom go do everything. She know they do anything that to lie down. We don't even expect me she do anything. But at least there are some things when you see them neat, you still help keep them neat. This woman go use tissue, clean her nose, she go they drop her for table, they drop her for floor. Who go collect her from? She go drink water, send a bottle water they use there. She will drink water, she will drop it everywhere. She will go to the kitchen to prepare her food.
So now you they look after her, not be she they look after you.
God will bless you, Auntie B.
I know this.
I will tell you what in son. I will tell you what in son talk. So do you know that if she won't go cook, she they like use crayfish. She go blow the crayfish dust. Oh my God, for the kitchen where my mama just sweep, and she will not sweep it. That is one of the things we went through. We were like, what is going on? But still, we still kept calm. We didn't shake. But the time where the whole thing used happen, where she leave my house, now around the time, because this woman in son bring her for purpose, and not because of me. So along the line, we get one issue where when I want to dedicate my twin for this thing for church, and that was how another Kasalawe boss. I tell her, I say, now you they make your pikin behave the way they behave. Because in some nobody come that dedication. I say, okay, I won't lock my door. You
know come in baby dedication.
All my children dedication, come.
Their father no come.
Their father no come. Their grandmother no come. All the from my children.
When we they talk, say the way when some of our brothers they behave, say now the upbringing and the way where they raise them, now in Kosa. We can see it now. We can see it because even right in your very present, the mother-in-law, your mother-in-law could not. Okay, so they say you for instance, they say, okay, you are pregnant, you are the wife, you are the vulnerable person here. A baby, 3 children, 3 young children, or before you even had the twins, you had a child that was only 2 years old. And they say they are bringing a mother from Africa, either your mother or the mother-in-law, to look after you. Is it not you that will say who will look after yourself? Don't you know who will look after you between your mother-in-law and your mother, who you prefer to look after? Why is it the man who does not carry pregnancy? He's not the one that is looking after children. All he does is go to work and come back, and he expects his food to be made. He expects the house to be clean. Why is it the man that will determine who will come and do a mugo? Why?
Yeah, Auntie B, now so are you Siamo, and to go. Ah, oh, that mess. Auntie B. Now, so did the whole thing just happen? So, the woman was no longer in our house. That after that March, she came in March. By April, Kasalawe boss make her she come out. So, and that was about the church dedication thing. Why I tell you,
Right.
so because we had a serious argument that happened that morning. But now, maybe for my own channel later, maybe you go hear some of the Fugees. But right now, make I dey pick some things.
Yes, go to the aspect. You don't tell us say they beat you repeatedly.
Yeah. Then
take picture.
Yeah. Then emotional abuse continued as my mom said. Even this guy caused wahala when my mama used to come up for my house at one point. This guy, he started, all those kind of seed of discord. He started sowing seed of discord. And me, and I can't begin the believer because Sister Auntie B is somebody them under manipulation. Satan strong. I will come to that end. Satan really strong. I really went through a lot of psychological manipulation. Where this guy was always talking ill of my mom. This one. I'm not saying my mama perfect, but all those kind of things, small. It begin build my.
You don't come marry you for a house for Nigeria before. You don't know the family where you come from, where you come be say your mama na your enemy. I don't understand. Where is this enemy coming from?
Now they tell you
met your family before he married you.
Auntie B, this whole thing, now be that this thing where they lead to now this thing, because in mama na in backbone. These people now they come from dysfunctional family. That's why they bring all these things. So for you to understand how I got married, how all these whole things start. In mama get mission where it come for that place. That's why no one see anybody. I could have been I could don't play for ground by now, if not for the mercy of God. So this guy, when my mom, after that incident of 2015 September, the next one that happened, from time to time, all these emotional abuse, verbal abuse, and this guy get bad mouth. If you see him, you no go believe. Oh, me now they hear my voice. You go see him for outside, go they talk small, but not devil.
Quiet. Now so that they be
outside, he go disguise himself. People know him. Even one of his friends went to the extent that Jessica, nothing when you tell us we will believe. Because Nonso has bought our heart. That was the word the man used. He said Nonso has bought our heart. I said I'm not surprised when they buy gift, they give on. When for nothing, he wants to always do something for people, and that is one of those narcissistic attributes. So this guy, from time to time, abuse, violence in little ways. Even when I was pregnant with my daughter, this guy pushed me at a time. That was 2016. He pushed me one time because of his own madness. So then 2017, my mom left my house. Then 2018, I got pregnant with my youngest son.
So after all these things where they go through, you see carry belle.
Auntie B. Now so say when woman and man live inside house. But before I come up from the house, I have to sit up myself. Say if this man not ready to do anything to change, he's not going to see my legs anymore. And that was
because for you to be sleeping with him, it means that something was sweet now. If you're upset, if he finish beating you, you're not going to sleep with him. So that means the periods that things were okay.
Auntie B, okay, let me just say, when it comes to times that period are okay, it's not okay. Now, one of those ways where many of us, they thought we use hold our husband down because of women with outside.
So you were doing it out of obligation.
Many times.
You just did it out of obligation, not because you were happy.
Yes, many times, even when come, as I go, they ask me, why they like this, why they like that. I say, make you do what you want to come out, And many of the times, now the time where, those are another story for another day, So that was it. What I'm saying is that, like, when we started, it was beautiful. But I didn't know they call it love bombing stage. It was very beautiful. If person tell me say this guy they cheat, I will never believe. I use and swear for Nigeria, say people if he cheats. But I don't know say the guy na real okoso for America.
So he was cheating on you as well in America.
Even from Nigeria, he started cheating, but with everything, you will never know. This guy, they sleep mama them, you know. The people that he has sex, older women, that is those are whom he has sex with. So, but recently I got to know that he has fathered a son that is even older than my oldest son. I thought my oldest son was his first issue. This guy have an oldest son from a married woman that has 3 children. The woman carried the pregnancy, go give a husband for Nigeria.
For Nigeria.
Yes. So, and last year, the woman born another pikin for her.
Chineke. Married woman.
The same woman. So, yeah. But you know, so many of these women, they know, many of them, their head, they know what they do. Not every woman, they do like that. So, Auntie B, the thing what happened is, say, 2018, abuse, you know, I was pregnant with my youngest son. I was pleading for help. I have these active 4 children, you know, with me. But this guy, I pleaded with him, please, make we put these children for, even if it's not babysitter hand, make her fit or they get some rest. I know they sleep. Throughout the whole pregnancy, I went to my appointment all by myself. He only went with me only once, and the day I gave birth to the baby.
I want to ask you, sorry, Ms. Jessica, let me ask you this question because I know you're a Christian, and I know that you belong to Deeper Life Church. I want to ask you something because you told me just now that because I was asking how come you are still making babies, sleeping with him, with everything that you're going through, and you say you did it because you know, in your mind now as an African woman, you need to do it so that it will not go outside, even though
also because of God.
Because of God. I want to ask you, do you personally, are you against birth control? Is this something that you are against because of your faith?
Not really. I'm not against birth control because at one point I even took birth control medication, but that time, the reason I took it was not to control childbirth, but I was given that medication because after I had my twin, I started working in the house. I told my mom, okay, just help me care for the children while I get on with the domestic chores in the house. So along the line, I was training myself. I never even, you know, woman will just give back. I've not even healed. I started taking care of domestic duties. And before you know, since Auntie B, I started bleeding. And the bleeding was terrible. And these people they had to place me because when they did the scan, they said, ma'am, you're bleeding so much, you're bleeding so much. They had to place me on that contraceptive which will help control the bleeding. That was how I used that. So me, when it comes to that, if I did against them, I for no use the medicine, you know, I for just like ask them for alternative to stop the bleeding. So at that time too, the guy tell me, say, if I serve a mama, now bad thing if I serve a mama. You know, I was like, your mom is supposed to care for me now that I just gave back. I'm not the one to care for you. I said, well, I was like, are you okay? Are you really normal that you're saying this thing that I have to be the one to serve your mom? I just gave back. I'm doing my domestic duties in the house, but you want me to do everything for your mom? I told him it's not possible. So 2018, the domestic violence and the abuse concerning how to, you know, no help. And this guy also always, they always go to my, at that time, my pastor wife, they give me help with my children. When I want to give back to my daughter, she helped me with my 3 boys. The same thing happened with my youngest son. So, yeah. So she gave me help. This guy had to go to them August of 2018 and told them that he's not happy that they gave me help. When I was pregnant, when I was about to give birth to my youngest son. So, yeah. You know, so my pastor wife was like, you never see where this kind of one they happen that, you know, he went to complain. Auntie B, as I talk to you, I was terribly, you know, stressed because every domestic work in the house, now me get and this guy know they help for house. The one when go manage help, we go quarrel about that.
Right. Okay.
Misunderstanding.
Maybe we move on from that one. That one we go talk, say, you know, the lesson we can learn from that one, because this is about learning. And the lesson for those of you who are yet to be married or those who are just getting married, please evaluate your relationship, your marriage before you start having too many babies. Yeah. especially if the relationship is not working. You are quarreling all the time. There's abuse going on. This man, they beat you, they hold your neck and all that. How many times he beat you, Miss Jessica? How many times?
Auntie B, since when they beat me, don't plenty. Oh. The last one that happened was March 16, 2020. Before that time, another one happened Mother's Day 2019, May 12, 2019.
So
Another
that should beating on Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
For the 4 boys when you born for her, that should
four boys and one girl.
Four boys and one girl. It that should beating on Mother's Day as your present.
As my present. So that day there was some misunderstanding between him and my mom, not even actually between me. So about the Mother's Day issue, and Auntie B, the thing plenty. But the reason why he fight me that day, he bring food from a mama, moi moi, say make my pikin, make my children chop. I tell her, say, your mom they cook bone for her food. I've been having issue. My children almost don't choke. Like especially my oldest son will be rice speaking. He don't almost choke when they eat your mama food. Please, I don't want them to eat the moi moi because of the bone. Your mom don't pick bone the way I pick when I'm cooking. So nine while I use boss, so he tell me say then go eat the food. I tell him, I say, please, no. This thing have happened several times. At the end, I will be the one to bear the consequences of taking care of the children. You will not be there. So this guy was trying to give them the moment behind me while I was busy preparing to make stew. So I told him, okay, there's stew in the plate. Because that day he was off from work. There's stew in the pot, the last stew. Give them the rice and let them eat. So along the when they put the rice, they like do all those things, but get choice as I want cook. Now he carry the moment, put among. So I just do like say I know see him. But when he brought the plate from the microwave, I went to him, please, this is what I don't want you to do. So he knew that the children will not eat the food. So I had to prepare another food for the children. I made noodles for them. Okay, this guy took my youngest son along with him. I said, if I no let the oldest one eat, now this one will just turn 1 year for this month. Now I go let you give the distance. So no, bring that back this baby. Now he took the baby to the room. I said, okay, I beg, give me the baby. I know what I don't suffer in the past over your giving the children eating your mom's food. It is not once, it's not 2 times, it's not 3 times, it's not 4 times. So many times they are choking on your mom's food. Please. So he took the baby and refused to give me the baby. So I stretched out my hands to get the baby. I didn't drag the baby from him. Oh, Kamto, can you please?
I want to.
Tiki Shack. No, I don't think so. You are asking that I should ask her if there were signs, but she married because she wanted to come abroad. No, they got married in Nigeria. I don't know when he joined us. Not they didn't marry in America. They were already married in Nigeria before he came to the US. So it wasn't like she was imported to go and marry him in the US. So that question, I've answered it already. So what we can learn from this particular one is the fact that women should please evaluate your relationship before you start having so many babies, because the more children you have in the diaspora, as a woman, the more impact you have in your life. We love babies. I would like to have 10, but I can't have 10 because I won't have a life. So especially if the relationship is not good. If your husband is abusive, you are not happy, he's emotionally abusing you, and physically, please don't have babies. I'm not saying don't sleep with him. There's a difference between sleeping with him and having babies. Birth control. Okay, let's move on, my sister.
Auntie B, thank you. So that was one of the times he choked me, May of 2019.
Right.
Then, June of 2019, he came for another fight. And that one happened, he took the children to his mom's place. After church, I told him, take the children to your church. Because that day I was not able to go to church. Because at that time, I opened a store for dressmaking. But the challenges also made that dressmaking thing close. So he took the children to his church. He knows that I know the time they should be home, at least by 1:30, since church closes by 1 o'clock. But instead, he called me on the phone. Oh, come on, I want to go to my mom's house. I said, okay, bring my children back home. Let them come and eat. He said, no, they will eat in the. I said, you know, this same thing we will talk about. This is the thing you know already. Your mom, I have pictures of my son throw up from the mom's food after eating the mom's food. Even while I was pregnant in 2018, I had to carry big tummy, bend down, they clean up. So this cannot continue. Make my pikin no go die for my eye because of he won't eat grandmama food, you know. So I said, bring them back home. He refused and he took them. And I called him again, bring them back home or you see me there. He said, if I dare come, that he's going to create a sin. I said, okay, no problem. Since you've dared me, I went ahead. I went to the mom's place. I knocked. So by the time all this drama don't finish, he came back.
So the mom bought her own place now. At this point, she was living in a different place.
Yeah, at this time she's living in a senior citizen home. She did for.
So the mom got turned to American citizen. Can't stay for America. No go Nigeria again.
Auntie B, at least my mama don't touch how many times since when she go Nigeria. Since when she come America. My mom is still here. Somebody asked the question if my mom is still here. My mom is still here. So
okay.
My mom is here and she's working and helping the family back home. We know as Nigeria B. Now person we know as Nigeria B will say maybe person we get opportunity, lose them because of say he wants one thing or the other. But my mom has been touching home once in a while. So but this guy, mama, since where he come, she never go. Since 2014 where she come. Even her husband almost died 2018 December.
So she left her husband in Nigeria and came to stay in America. Your mother-in-law.
Yeah, she's 70. I should have 76. She turned this year. She has been.
And she's not stay for America. I no go Nigeria again.
No go Nigeria. Auntie, that's why they tell you there's a mission. There's a mission.
If follow go live with the pikin to stay for the marriage.
Even in husband where they talk, they never lived together. They never live together because of this whole thing where they inside their family. So the whole thing will happen 2019. That's June 2019. While I was making the dress for the person, he come back. Even he came. I took the children from him. He came back and still took the children out. I let him take the children out. So when he came back with them, before he came back with them, I had to call. Please, where are my children? Let them come and eat. This is after 9. This is late. We are the children. He said, they are okay. That is all the kind of attitude he gives me all the time. Whenever I call, the few times when Greek carry the children come out, you know the Greek carry children come out too, because I was always busy. But when he carry them come out, you know, go give them food, you know, go give them water. My children will come back. You know, go even believe that they're for America. You will see them, they look macheted.
They make you speak good English because we will just ask more stop pidgin because we have a lot of people that know Nigerians here.
Yeah, sorry, please. So that was how the whole thing, happened that night. Then I saw them from the window. They drove in after I gave him that call. They drove in around almost 9:30. And when he came back home, he started pacing around the house. I said, I know say wahala day today. He started pacing. The next thing I saw after he went out and came back, his eyes was like fire. And when he came back like
Esther, she did talk about when they started. She said it was very good at the beginning. I'm answering your question that she should talk about the dating courtship period.
Yeah.
She said it was very sweet initially, that everything was all right. It was when they got to America.
Even before we got to America, Auntie B.
We started having problems in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Somebody said that your mother-in-law is the third wheel in the marriage. She followed her son to America. So basically, she played a very significant role in why this relationship didn't survive, because she was contending for the son's love.
God bless you.
She was contending for the love. She was like, his wife. She left her husband in Nigeria and came and stayed in America with her son, and was the one that was basically married to the son and would not allow the wife to take her place as the wife.
Auntie B, that's why I tell you, I have a lot of things to say, but I can't say all now. This woman, when I was in Nigeria, anything the son sends to me, she would tell me to tell the son to give her the same thing. I can tell you. Even to the extent of toothbrush. She said she wants the exact kind of toothbrush I have. There's this Oral-B electric. And everything she sees I have, she wants to have.
She was competing with you.
Thank you. So now she be the now she they marry the pikin, no be me, oh. You know.
You're the outsider.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. And to be a lot of things have happened with time. So that is the whole thing. And when he came, the way he came that June 23rd, 2019,
Yeah.
he was so furious. Oh my goodness. He came at me like this, started coming violently towards me. The next thing I saw that, because I had my store downstairs in the basement of our apartment building, but that day, since I was walking upstairs, I said, I can't go to my store. Let me do some few things upstairs. The guy just swiped everything on that table on the floor and now pick the sewing machine and drop it, because of the weight. He now drop it, boom, on the floor. So now, as I saw him, I thought another show will happen. I dialed 911. That was the second time I was now dialing 911. I didn't look at what people will say because at that time I saw myself in danger. I called 911. I told them the situation, and they came. And when police came, police said, "Have we been having marital counseling, all those things?" I said, "Yes." They said, "This thing, what is going on? That if both of us cannot stay, that we should go our separate ways."
Yeah.
I told them that is what he just told me in the midst of why he came aggressively towards me. He told me, very soon you become a single mother. This guy already has been planning ahead of time. All these years he's been telling me, when I try to talk to him about the things, his behaviors, he will tell me, I will divorce you. He keeps, when you're trying to correct somebody, they use divorce, they put me under control. And truly, I was
correcting Miss Jessica. Sorry, I need to ask, because sometimes the way we say things, because someone like me, when I'm angry, the way I talk with anger, and I will say things I don't mean.
Okay.
So I just want to find out, when you are correcting him, do you correct him in love, or do you correct him like you telling him off?
Auntie B, I don't know how I will use the percentage of the loved one. I have corrected him so much. In fact, many times I was like, how long will I be in this kind of place? I've corrected him with love, uncountable, countless times. And when the anger will come, and this man almost made me, I won't become like an insane person, because this man was always putting pressure on me. Wahala, he will always stir up issues in the house. This guy was always stirring up problems, I did tell him, why are you not tired of trouble? I always correct him in love. And there are times too that the anger own aspect has surfaced, and before now, my pastor has been involved when it comes to this whole thing. Since 2013, my pastor started coming into our marriage to settle this whole thing, but mainly 2014, but that one is on its own, to the point where I went to Pastor Shola.
Yeah, you said so.
September 2019, September 3rd, 2019. We went all the way to New York before Pastor Shola moved to Texas to see Pastor Shola. When I narrated, and after narrating my own side, and after he narrated his own side of what is going on, do you know what Pastor Shola, the first thing that Pastor Shola said was, "My brother," that was how he called him. And I thank God Pastor Shola is a male. "My brother, I want to tell you something. The moment I saw you and this woman, I did not know that she's your wife, because this woman does not look like your wife." Auntie B, if you see me, I don't stress. When stress go make a woman look so older. This guy is 5 years older than me. But I was
Pastor Shola, sorry, let me just answer. Some people want to know who Pastor Shola is. He's a pastor in the US. He was living in New York, but currently I believe he lives now in Texas, and he is a pastor. He has a very big platform on Facebook. He's also on YouTube here, but he's bigger on Facebook. And he does marriage counseling from a Christian perspective, and he's very good. I've seen some of his videos. He tells it as it is. So he does counseling. So she's saying that she eventually convinced him to go take some counseling, because we always advise women here, go counseling. Did you try counseling? So they went counseling. So did the counseling with Pastor Shola not work?
It didn't work. Even before he agreed to go for that counseling, it was bombed. Pastor Shola had to call him and plead with him, "Please come and make your marriage work." So because I was tired, since our pastor owned, they know they work. let somebody that doesn't know us see what is going on. Pastor Shola told him that this woman does not look like your wife because number one, he was looking far better than me.
Yeah.
I was looking stressed. Pastor Shola told him this woman need a life. This woman need a life. She need, you put her in the house. You don't want her to walk. This guy made sure that I was not walking. You put her in the house. This woman need to meet people, not even church members. She need to meet people. She needs life. You need to put time and put the children somewhere so that this is one of the things we've been fighting over the years because this guy refused to make sure that the children leave my side because he wants them to sap my energy. You know, children are very energetic. So that I don't have time. When I'm telling you, did not have time for myself. I was always busy. And it was so crazy that at a point, I lost so much energy to even do some things. But still, I was still striving, still making sure my children are looking good, still making sure that my children are eating. It was tough. And
somebody said something here, Miss Jessica.
Okay.
I'm watching the comment section, and some people are saying some brilliant things there. Okay. And this our sister here, Transformation Geek, says that the man might have some mental health. It's possible he has some undiagnosed mental health problem that was never picked up because this behavior indicates that there's something mentally wrong with him. Because you never said one for once that he ever seek your own happiness.
Yeah.
The man that you married, it's almost like he hated you.
Auntie B, that's why they tell on her. That's why I'm saying this thing is not a mental health issue. This is a spiritual. That's what I'm coming to that part. This is a full spiritual thing. Thank you for the whole this in Transformation G. This is a big situation in our homes today. Until you know where the root is coming from, the foundation of things, you will always say it's a mental health issue or a physical thing. This thing is a spiritual battle. You know? Okay,
let's go into the narcissist behavior that he displayed. Just tell us about the narcissism and how you experienced this, and then we will talk about the spiritual angle.
Let me go back from Nigeria. When I met the family, I met him 2004. I met his family 2005. The first time I met his family was when his eldest brother was, his immediate older brother was going to wed in March of 2005, and the first impression I got that day, the oldest brother took me to their house. I mean, by hand when they saw us walking rather. So, and took me to the mom. When I went before the mom, you will see that reluctant. She showed me that reluctant welcome. She didn't welcome me. She didn't welcome me properly. I was the one who went, I still greeted her, touched her, but you see that she was
coldness.
She was cold to me. Yes, she was cold to me. That was in 2005. We got there a day to the wedding. That was in 2005. So, as time goes on, they were from the Catholic family. Auntie B and me, I'm from Pentecostal church at that time.
Yeah.
So the challenge at first was the church, but I just look at myself. When a man don't make you don't love her. Many times it's very difficult to pull out from the relationship.
Or to see the fault of the person that you love.
Yeah.
Loving eyes does not see.
Yeah.
That's what who sang that song? Richard Bolton said, "Loving eyes does not see."
Yeah. So at that time, when this guy, with time, I started understanding the family I came from. They were always the family that, this family that like to yap people. They like to say one hurtful thing to people in form of joke, but they will tell you all those things. They know that it will get to the person, but they will present it like joke.
Come on, sisters, are you guys here? Can you hear that? You did a video about it. All the things that people say that they say, how did you call it? When they insult you and they put it in a joke.
Yeah. God bless you, Auntie.
Yeah.
So that is how I started studying them. At that time, I was at the University of Benin. So after the wedding, we went back. Then we came back again. That was when he introduced me to his father. And that, on that fateful day, I didn't know the father came. He brought a perfume. But me, when I come marry, I came to marry now. I didn't have anything in mind. Even at that time, I'm someone that I have this gift of discernment. But it seems that at the time I met this guy, some of my gifts were like parting away from me little by little. So, but they were not fully, they didn't fully left.
Complimentary insult, yes. Thank you. Common sense sister, that's what you called it. Complimentary insults. Yeah.
Thank you, sisters, common sense sisters. So this man came that day, he introduced him and I together. He introduced me to him, and that day he gave me that perfume. But before he gave me that perfume, he said they usually welcome whomever they want to get married to with a gift, And with that, I just relaxed my mind. And when the father gave me that, before he gave me the gift, he said, make sure you don't pull my son out of the Catholic Church. Wow, that one tired me. I was like, wow. Even at that time, I've even made up my mind. Say, okay, make I go the Catholic, because when you see this guy, he looks, the cute, his height, because I'm a tall woman. I'm 5 feet 11. He's 6 feet something. I think 6 feet 1 or 2. Right from time, people have been telling me the way you tall, because I was very lanky when I was growing up. You will not go marry person where you top as you, way top as you, and a person where you top as now you go marry. All those kind of things. So, but when I saw this guy, the way he came to me, he presented himself to me, the love, everything started. And this guy, my mom might be in this program now. So this guy made sure he won my heart. This guy is a gift buyer.
That's when you were dating in Nigeria.
The guy finished me. In fact, my family could testify. But at the time, I was worried. I just digress more. I was worried. I told my mom, because then I had someone, an Anambra guy, that wanted to marry me. But the guy, because of some arrogance, the Anambra people, they have this arrogance. Some of them do, and he was always in presenting, this mother thing. Also, my mother said, all those kind of little things were on his side. So that made me, I said, okay, let me just give this guy a try. Even at the time, I told my mom, I cannot date two persons. I cannot I cannot double date.
You said the issue of church was a problem, even though you were both Christians.
Yes.
So the parents did not want him to leave Catholic Church, and you are Pentecostal.
Yes, the father said, don't take my son out of the Catholic Church. That was the first thing he said before he gave me that perfume. So unknown to me, I used that perfume since Auntie B. My life changed since that time.
Wow.
It was later on that my ex-immediate younger brother told me in 2007 that their father is a member of the Rosicrucian Order of Amok.
Hey, and he gave you a perfume to use.
Yeah, I don't use at that time. I don't use them. At that time, I've used it. You know what happened next? I developed asthma.
Hey.
So I developed asthma, and the son too also gave me a perfume that has no name, and that perfume also came from the father's. There's this perfume he gave me. He just told me a story that he bought it from one of his colleagues at the job. But I used these perfumes without praying. I didn't know his father was a member of a cult lodge, and I used this whole thing. So another time before my ex came to America in 2006, he took me to their village. We went to their village to see their village. I wanted to know their village too, but he took me there. He took me to their stream. And before we left, he took the bottle of La Casera we drank the juice from, and took it to that stream and took the water and gave me to drink. That he's welcoming me to his village. But after I drink the water, now he tell me the main reason why he gave me the water. After I drank the water, he told me that this water that he has given me, that anybody from that has been brought before this water and given this water to drink, and if the person goes outside the marriage or outside, if another man sleeps with the person will definitely die, and which is true, is something that is on existence in their place. Somebody that his mom came from that place also told me the same thing, and it couldn't be. Excuse me.
Okay. Success, you got that right now. Love blind our sister eye, women. You know now, the way God has made our hearts. God, love make you. Success, you got it right. Love blind her completely.
100% I agree. He finished me. If not for the mercy of God has been keeping me, I wouldn't have been on this earth by now. The mercy of God kept keeping me. Yeah. So that was what this guy told me. And this is a true thing. Any woman that drinks that water from that place, if she cheats on the man, she's going to die. And before, the first sign of the death is swollen tummy. These people are from Obodo people. I believe some people are here from Obodo are here.
What state is that?
In Imo State. This guy is from Dikenta. Abutu in Obodo. There's nothing to hide. I'm out. The reason why I'm telling my story is for people to learn. There are a lot of people I don't understand what is going on around them. We need to speak up so that people that are in this same shoe can just run for their life. Marriage is good. Marriage is beautiful. God made marriage beautiful. But there are a lot of enemies right out there that have used this same marriage to kill, to take the life of people, destroying lives of people till date. My auntie was part of that. My dad's youngest sister is in the grave today because of long marriage.
So Jessica, I want to bring you back.
Okay, thank you.
Right, you've given us a background of how you got into the marriage and how you got into the relationship and everything that happened in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come fast forward now because we've done 1 hour and 1.5 hours already. And not to make this video too long, I don't plan to exceed 2 hours. So let's cut to the chase. What led to you going into shelter?
Oh, I told you already is the domestic violence.
Domestic violence. And you were going to tell us some instances of when, because you wanted to give us instances of the narcissism that you experienced in the marriage.
Yeah, that is where I was driving the thing. The narration on how I met his father, the thing that happened, how I got asthma. For the first time in my life, I became sick with asthma. After using those perfumes from him and his father. So in 2007, at that time, he was already, this was around about 1 year after he arrived in the US. So he, the younger brother told me, we were just discussing one day, the thing just came up. He said, Popsy now mock member, now this one. He narrated a story of what happened between him and someone and how that person died. And the father, it's the long story. And the father asked him later on, that person you told me about, do you remember what happened? I said, God, I don't enter wrong family. At this time, this was 2007. We never do church wedding, but I was so deeply into, my heart could not leave. I could not find myself going. I was like, people don't know, say this guy can't do traditional marriage thing for marriage. We don't do court marriage. My father was there in the court 2005, all those things. How do I, that aspect of our African nature where they go make you believe that marriage now your life is all. So that was what happened to me. I saw myself going with him. So I did not ask him.
Yeah, people, they make mistake. We're not here to judge you why you married him, even though you saw the red flag. A lot of us,
red flag was
we enter anyhow. So no, that is not our role. That is not, we are not in a position at all to judge you or to say you saw a red flag and you entered. No, I already said that this is not about judgment, it's about learning. Even yourself, we don't even need to tell you. You already know the mistakes you made. So it is not 100%. For us to tell us.
Yeah, I saw the red flag, but I saw this whole thing. But many of the times, I didn't know that these things were abusive, because when you are in Nigeria, you don't get full information because our people hide abuse. They never abuse.
It takes a
So,
lot of maturity for you to even recognize that something is abusive. Sometimes
yes,
with you live in an abusive situation, you don't even know it's abuse,
yes,
especially in Nigeria. You understand? Uh-huh.
exactly.
Okay, carry on, sister. I want to know more
So,
about
so,
narcissism, narcissistic behavior.
yeah, so this, uh, when he now came back for our white wedding, I still let him come back for the white wedding in March. So, about a week after the wedding, I told him, I'm online. Excuse me. Auntie B, abeg.
It's okay, my sister. Whenever you are ready, it's all right. Attend to the kids if you need to. So, are you youngest in the house, young women, people who are not married here, or people who are separated and intend to get married again? I hope we are learning one or two things here. The red flags are always there, oh, they are always there, but we'll never see them. Loving eyes never see, Michael Bolton said, but God will help us. God will help us.
Auntie B,
For a
thank
woman,
you. Yeah.
carry on, my
Thank-
sister.
So, this became, yeah, sorry. So the whole thing that happened after the wedding, I now asked him, your brother told me that your father is a member of the Rosicrucian Order of the Armor. Why didn't you tell me? He started giving me, so my father has left there. I said, how did you know he has left there? Are you with him? That's how you got to know that if your father has left there with the kind of life he's living, you know, if somebody that has left the kingdom of darkness is still living the kind of life that attracts or the kind of life that shows that he is not saved, these people will definitely hurt the person. They'll fight the person. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
nobody that is I give something to give you. What take? Go out. I love it. Come on. Come on, don't come back again.
I like the way you're always telling them you love them every minute.
And to be na God though, and this is one of the things their father was fighting against. He doesn't want me to express my love to my children. No.
Please express
Yeah,
it, so God will
yeah,
bless you
I
for doing
express
it.
it
So
to my
he
papa,
wants
my
to
mama.
raise them the way his mother raised him.
Yeah.
God
If I didn't get that word from my parents, but I decided I was gonna be different, making sure that my children I professed my love to them. So so when I asked him, he said his father has left. The reason why this guy did not tell me of his father's membership was because he was also part of the cult. That is why, because his brother was surprised that day that he did not share it with me. He told me that everybody in the family knew that their father is a member of the armor. Hey, Auntie B, Auntie B, sorry, my youngest one came in too. So this guy did not tell me because he was part of it. And with time, even while he was in America, God was revealing a lot about him to me, But I kept doubting. I said, "This guy looks so innocent. How can he be in this kind of thing?" God revealed this one. Be say God before things they happen, He they show me. But I was always doubting the Holy Spirit where they show me things. But still, the love of God was still there, making sure that even though I didn't believe, God was still merciful, still showing himself unto me. So when the whole thing started coming fast forward, when I got pregnant with my oldest son in 2011, he came back to Nigeria November 12th, precisely 2011. And that same day, that fateful day, I was ovulating. So, but I did not share with him that I was ovulating because before that time, I've been going through battles, hormonal imbalance battles. And also, when it comes to ovulating, I wasn't ovulating for the past how long? More than 1 year at that time. Even while I was battling the hormonal issues, I was not even ovulating. So by the time I was even taking the hormonal medication, but still I wasn't ovulating. But before then, I was going to this Deeper Life Women program around our neighborhood. It was mainly for women, but along the line, some men joined, but it was women program. So all I go there to do then was to cry to God to help me heal my body so that I can be at least pregnant. If this man
Yeah.
come to Nigeria, at least before I will join him in America, at least I will
Yeah.
have something of him that will
Yeah.
be with me to hold on to a child.
So you were desperate to get pregnant for him, even though the marriage was already
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I wanted a child at least because I so much love this guy. The love was out of, in fact, I was even to his lies. I believe his lies.
Ew. Hey.
That was how the whole thing happened. You know, when somebody they manipulate somebody too, that's how it happened. So I love him so much. I wanted to have a child for him. Yes, we've married, you know. Uh when I went to those programs, what I was praying was, God, I want a child and I want to join my husband. That was
Yeah.
the only topic in my, and when I go there, I will cry, cry, and pray. So when he came back that same 2011, I got pregnant. I was ovulated. That day, how I got to know, you know, when a woman is ovulating, I wanted to use the bathroom. See what you know, all those kind of expression. No one is around me. I was saying, where is this coming from? You know, I just
Yeah.
kept to myself. I was like,
Somebody said you love this man, but he never loved you.
yeah,
You
he
loved
never
him
loved
so
me.
much, but
He
he
never
never
loved
loved you.
me. I
Yeah.
love the love was everybody could tell that I love him. He knows. So you know, but he was an enemy that came to me in disguise.
So
So
fast forward to the US. We want to talk more about, all the things that happen. You've already told us about, some of the things
yeah,
that happen. Yeah.
yes, there's one important thing that happened in Nigeria that is bringing back that will come back to US. That it will reoccur in America. I'm sorry, please. I know my story is a lot. So this when I was pregnant with my son, uh, I had him. When I had him in 2012 July,
Mhm.
he told me he was going to come. He came
So
in.
you had your first one in Nigeria.
Yeah, yes, he was 2.5 months. 2.5 months when I came to America.
Right.
So when I had him, his father came. He came like about 3 weeks to 3 weeks after I had him. So, and when he came, you know, he told me along the line, because at that time I had complications that could have taken my life. I had complications. Is another story. I'm a living testimony. So the complications were so severe, I couldn't even take care of my newborn. My mom was the one taking care of the baby, uh, making sure that the baby was good, and myself, she was taking care of both of us. So the stress was even a lot on her. And when he came, he said he wants to be changing the baby's diaper. That I do. You remember? He now started telling me. At that time, he was now a nurse. He said. He now told me. I remember I was a CNA before I became a nurse. I know how to change diapers. I said, the child is your child. Just as you're seeing me now, I can't even do anything for this child. You know, my mom has been doing everything. Just give her the help you can give her. So this guy started changing baby's diaper, but unknown to me, he was monitoring the day the umbilical cord will fall.
Yeah.
That was what he was doing. That was the reason he came to Nigeria. He never came to see I and the baby, but to get the umbilical cord of the baby.
Why? What for?
Auntie B, okay, that's what I'm telling you. This whole thing, these people, you know, when you study a lot of things, these people are demon possessed. That's why when we see any sign, we just take the person to be prayed on, and also take them to counseling. Not just counseling, prayers need to be done on every narcissist. They are demon possessed. Let me go back to what I was saying. So when he started changing the diapers, the day the umbilical cord fell, dropped, nobody knew. So even my mom, nobody knew. So what happened was he wanted to change the baby's diaper, and he observed that it already dropped. He called me right before my mom and my younger brothers who came from the east at that time. So because at that time I lived in Lagos. So he said before them, He asked me about it. I said, I don't know. He said, do you know that the thing has fallen down? I said, no, I don't know. I said, he said that I should make sure that I look for that umbilical cord, that he is going with it. That no matter where it is, that no matter where it is, that we should look for it and give it to him, that he must go with it. That was the word. He must go with it. My mom, I wish my mom can just maybe call in the show and confirm, you know. Even I didn't tell her I was going to be on this program. She was the one who saw your...
Everybody in the comment section is shouting, ritualist, ritualist. Hey,
my mom saw the post.
One chance.
My mom saw the post, the live stream post last night. My daughter, now your picture I see. So I say yes, ma. She even was begging me that since I have some legal case online, I mean in line already, that I should not do. I say, ma, this thing must come out. We cannot keep it anymore. We have to tell this story. So, so that is it. So this guy, right before my mom said that, before my younger brothers, because I only have brothers. So
what is he doing with biblical cord of a baby?
The Auntie B, the story they come now. You never even hear anything. You never hear anything. So the next thing that happened, I told my mom, ma, I call her, ma, please, can you please help me search for this thing that I don't know where it fell? You know, just like that same mind to make sure, say, you know, they inside trouble with your husband. That's what I was trying to do. So my mom started looking for it. The 3-bedroom apartment we lived at that time, the hallway is dark. So she had to turn on lantern and start searching for it, because at that time we didn't want to turn on the generator. It was still early. So my mom found it on the hallway and gave it to me, even without saying a word. It was just like somebody covered my mouth. I didn't ask him, why do you want this thing?
Hey, and you gave it to him. Please don't tell me you gave it to him.
I said the only word I gave it to him. The only word I said was, please don't let this thing get into your father's hand. That was the only thing.
Jessica.
Just as I tell you, God don't reveal to me already. Say this guy did for court. A lot
of course.
You know? For court, but these guys covered my eyes.
Hey, you gave it to him.
I gave it to, but I will tell you, miracle happened at the end. I gave it to him. 2 days after I gave him, the guy tell me, honey, I want to go to Owerri. I want to go and see my family. I said, you just came. You never even reach one, or maybe let me say 8 days. I'll be 9 days when you come.
You don't get what he come for now.
You don't get what he. Thank you. He told me he needs to be in Owerri to see his family. I said, my dear, you are the only one that know how to drive. You've been the one taking me around hospital, because I was going to hospital. I ended up in Lutz at the end. And I thank God that was where God delivered me. I would have been in the grave by now. So, because it was a very severe case. So when I told him, you cannot go anywhere. How do you think my people will see you? That your wife is in a bad condition. She just gave birth to a baby, and you want, because I had that baby through cesarean section, and you want to go and see your family. I said, okay, what you should do is invite your family. You are the one that is calling the shot. At least you came from America. You have the money to invite them. Tell them, make them come to Lagos.
Lagos, yeah.
So it's in hurting. You know, he couldn't say anything. So like after that 2 days, like the 5th day, he requested again, and it's so urgent. He told me it's very urgent. I need to be in Owerri. I told him, you are not going nowhere. I still brought my health issue before him. You are not going nowhere. I'm sorry to say, you are not going nowhere. So he could not, he could not. I told him, my people will see you as a mad person, that you're insane to live if you see me, I was in a very bad shape. You can't leave me like this and go. You are the one, since you're here now, give the help you can give me, and let me enjoy the help. So the next thing is that a day before I went to Lutz, he invited the mom, and the mom's younger sister came. So even with the health condition why I couldn't breastfeed my baby because it was serious. I had to be admitted at Lutz. My thought was on my newborn baby, and I stayed in Lutz only, I think, the 3rd day. God helping, when I got there, because I had series of complications. One of them was obstruction of the intestine. My intestine collapsed. So everything I ate could not go down, and anything I drank could not go down. I have to throw them up. So that was what happened. So and I was telling them I was not ready to go inside theater anymore, because I was at this time I was scared of going under the knife because of what happened to me after going through the knife. So and they told me they inserted some tube through my nose, to suck in the fluid. If you see the fluid coming from my nose, it was so greenish. So after the whole story short, I was there like the third day. I told them that I was going to leave, because at that time, the medical attention they gave me already helped me. I could pass gas, and I could also drop poop. At that time, I just only dropped one heavy stool, very, very heavy, because for
So eventually, to cut this Nigerian story short, because we still need to talk about America. What happened with the umbilical cord and him going to Owerri?
Yes, he did not go to Owerri anymore. So he took the umbilical cord to America. He took it down to America. So September 10th, I got visa. I was granted a visa. So when I called him that I was granted a visa, September 10th of 2012, he said, okay, he said, thank God. I was excited too. He said, okay, what happened is that I'm coming to Nigeria to pick both of you. I said, you just left America you just left for America on the 31st of August. There's no point. Just let me I heal, let me heal. Then also take my time, buy the things I need to come to America. This guy refused. He said no. He now brought another disguise that, oh, you get good medical attention in America. Okay, I agreed with him. He said, okay, but I didn't know that his main purpose of coming to Nigeria, I told him there's no point for you to waste the money. I and the baby will come by ourselves. But he insisted that he was going to come. So that was another opportunity for him to go and give that thing to his father. He wanted to make sure he traveled. But because of the situation of I was still having that health challenges, he could not travel.
So a lot of people in my comment section are saying that the umbilical cord is very important to Igbo people. They normally take it to their family house and plant it.
Not even just plants.
They put it by a tree. So what's the significance of that? I don't understand. Planting it by a palm wine tree or whatever.
Some people put it by the tree, but not everybody put it by the tree. Like this, my own situation, this guy was out for evil. I asked him finally at the end in America, I asked him, what do you want to do with it? He could not tell me till this day. He didn't tell me I want to plant it. He refused to tell me. So, but what happened in America, when I came into America, not quite up to a month I arrived in America, he told me he was going to go back to Nigeria. I said, I am just new in America. You're not going nowhere. Any day you're going to Nigeria, I'm going with you. Auntie B, I knew what he was going to do. Even while I came into America newly, I attempted to take that thing several times. But I said, you just come to America. If you take an hour, I wanted to take the umbilical cord several times, but when I take it, I'll drop it back. Because he usually go with it to work. He have this knapsack, this backpack, he always go to work with. So anytime he's going to work, the thing they full and go work. But anytime he comes, maybe during the weekend, he doesn't go out with it. I want to take it, but I was just telling myself that this thing will cause problem. Why not just?
Why is he keeping the umbilical cord, for goodness sake?
Okay, Auntie B, he's coming. So the thing that happened next was along the line, I got pregnant for my twin. So I already told you the story of my twin pregnancy, a little bit of it. So when I gave birth to my twin in December of 2014, another drama about the umbilical cord
again
started.
So somebody in the comment section is saying that Ebere is saying that he or she doesn't see anything in requesting the umbilical cord. Is the Igbo culture, they bury it.
It is not the Igbo culture. It is not everybody. My father never asked my mother for our umbilical cord. Never. It is not an Igbo culture. I want to correct that. I'm an Igbo. I'm from Umuahia. It is not an Igbo culture. Some people want to do it as they want to, but
another person is supporting you here. Somebody said, I am Igbo. My husband never took my umbilical cord to bury anywhere. Fetish practice.
God will bless you, Auntie B, for talking about that question so that we can correct
Another
it.
person has also confirmed it. I married an Igbo. My husband didn't do this. And you remember that Sister Jessica narrated the story from the point of view that the father-in-law is an occult man who belongs to a secret society. So you can understand her, reservation about taking one umbilical cord to Enugu, and from Enugu to from Lagos to Owerri.
So this guy wanted to go back to Nigeria when I newly came. I refused them. So when I was pregnant and gave birth to my twin, the same thing started again. You know what he did? This man is a nurse. Have you seen a nurse who will walk in with their job clothes and their shoes and walk around the house? This is what I've been suffering all the years. I have been talking. We have children in the house. Your work shoe should not be in the house. If you have to come in with your work shoe, take it out by the door and make sure you put it away. But no, this man will walk around with his work shoe. They pass infection everywhere. So at this time, when he comes back from work, he will go and bend over the twin, because at that time they were using one cord since they were still new. And even that was still the cord we still had. I never had another cord. That was just the same one my oldest son used. So even my story plenty, no worry. So what happened was,
no, but somebody say it happened to my landlord's wife.
Okay.
And she later died after the very umbilical cord. No, but
all right. Thank you for talking about all this, because if you're not commenting about it, a lot of people might be misled and think that it's a general thing. It's not a general thing. There's a spiritual thing attached to all these things. We think
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So this man started changing. Even that time, he did not even ask me this time to start changing the diapers. Now he feels he's right now. So what he does was, every time he comes back with his job clothes and his shoe, the only thing he was doing was he would go and wash his hands. That was the only thing he did, because already from the NICU, they told us, because I had them 33 weeks and 1 day, they were preemie. So they told us to make sure we practice hygiene. But this man was only practicing hygiene on his hands, but his body, he was not taking off his work clothes or even having a shower before touching the children. So before you know, my twin got sick, and one of another reason too that they got sick was exposing my oldest son. He exposed my oldest son to the cold, and he got cold virus. And with all the infection in the house already, my twin got sick, and they were less than 1 month old when they went to the hospital.
So my sister, because of time, we've done almost 2 hours. Let's fast forward. What do you want women to learn from your experience?
Auntie B, I want women to learn a lot. I'm still coming. I beg, no verse. Just give me this opportunity. Let me hit the nail, so that people know how serious.
Okay, you get some things there. I want you to paraphrase. So some things that are not important.
I will paraphrase. I will try.
So that time, because of time, tomorrow is gone.
I will try. It's just my story that
I know. I understand. About. I don't mean to rush you. It's just time.
I know. I understand. It's not good to keep people waiting. I understand.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is that before the children went to the hospital, when the first child, the baby A cord fell, at that time we were identifying them as baby A. The cord fell. My mom saw it when it fell. She gave it to me, and when he came to change the diapers, he saw that the cord has fallen. So when he now asked me, "Do you know that the cord has fallen?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Where is it?" I said, "I have it." He now told me, "Okay, later you give it to me." So when he said that, I didn't respond to him. I didn't say anything. So the next day, the other twin cord fell. So when it fell, he now told me, he came to do the same thing the next day and saw that it has fallen. So he now asked me about it. I said, "I have it." So he said, "I have not given him the first one, and now I have to make it together and give it to him." I now called him by name. I said, "What do you want to do with this cord?" He did not give me an answer. I told him, "There has been chaos in this house a lot of problems while I was pregnant with these children. I asked you for peace, that I need peace to carry on with this pregnancy. Even when I gave back, I asked for peace. You are the one causing the whole problem, but I was the one begging for peace. But you never allowed peace. What with this called create peace? He never gave me the answer. So when the children went to the hospital, he came to the hospital, and he almost got me. He started manipulating me to give him this. He now told me that I want to hold his right as an evil man.
So this is the cord problem again for the
this is the core problem for the queen. So he now told me,
problem.
that's why I want to hit the nail on the head for you to understand. So he started pressurizing me in the hospital. My twin were both in the hospital on oxygen because they couldn't breathe. So that was what happened. And I asked him, what do you want to do with this? And he will not tell me. Will it bring peace in our marriage? He will not answer me. So when he kept asking that, the next thing I did was to call my father. I called my father. Daddy, did you ask my mom of our cord when she had us? He said no, that he never asked. I had to call women, friends, and church members about this. They told me anybody that is asking for this thing is going to use it for evil purpose. The way he is asking about it, it is not meant for a genuine thing. So this guy kept asking, and that was when the Holy Spirit started ministering to my heart. Go and get back the one of your oldest son. I said, how do I get it? This guy has been going about with a bag all the time. And when he saw my mom, it became worse. He goes to the bathroom with a bag. He goes to the kitchen with a bag. So that was
so important to him.
It was so important to him. So I was like, hey, how do I get this thing? But that fateful day, God used the particular thing. You know, I was already more than 1 week in the hospital. I was sleeping on their recliner. So it was giving me pains on my body. So I now use that means. I told him, bring my mom to the hospital to come and watch my twin. Let me go to the house and stretch myself on the bed. At least, if it is for just 1 day, I'll be good.
So, Sister Jessica, somebody is asking, did he take the umbilical cord of the 5 kids, your 5 kids?
No.
Just to get to the chase. Yeah. Did he?
No.
Yeah.
He did not. He only took my oldest one, and I got it back from him.
Okay, good.
So
all right. So that has been established now, because if you keep narrating the story of how each of them played out, you know, because of time. Yeah.
I got it back from him, and when he noticed that I took it, hell open. Yeah. Hell open.
Thank God.
Thank God. When he asked me about it, I said, he started with this guys. Did you take anything from my bag? I said, no. What are you talking about?
Why is he carrying it about, for goodness? Is the way, you know, like you said, some people take it not for evil because they plant it or whatever, but the way he went about it was it's suspicious. The way he came to Nigeria all the way from the US to Nigeria because of this thing, and he was carrying it up and down. It means that he had other plans, not just because he wanted to plant it like, you know, the regular thing.
Yeah. So he asked me if I took anything. I said, what is in your bag? Can you tell me what you're looking for? There is a lot of things in your bag. I knew what he was asking, but the thing I wanted him to just say it out. Finally, he now found the courage to ask me, did you take the umbilical cord of oldest son from my bag? I said, yes. Oh, is that what you're talking about? I said, yes, I took it. He went haywire. He said, he started using that voice he usually used on me when I came newly. He started authorizing me, you know, you have to go and put it back. I don't take it. I said, you go to my bag. So what's the big deal of taking it?
How big did you be that? Yeah, somebody already asked.
Yeah, so I asked him, what are you going to use that for? Now you that thing, I had to ask him in our language. I said, did that thing connect you and the baby, or me and the baby? That was the question I asked him. He said, what do you want to use it for? He did not tell me. So this guy that was not staying at home at this time started coming home, started trying to please me to see how he can get it back from me. From time to time, he will ask me, honey, when are you giving me the umbilical cord of the children? I will not answer him. All I will ask him is, what do you want to do with it? He will not tell me. I'll ask him, why do you want it? He will not tell me. So he went on like that. One of the twins came back home from the hospital, and the other one that had a very severe this thing was still at the ICU. So at the time, one of the days while he was asking me, you see tears from his eyes. He said, honey, can you give me? It's okay. He said, okay, honey, if you don't want to give me the one for the twin, can you give me back the one for the oldest one? He was,
what is his obsession with umbilical cord?
Tears was in this guy's eyes. Tears.
And he could not explain to you what he needed them for.
His eyes was red like fire. Tears was up. He did not till today. He never told me why he wanted it.
No, so to summarize, yeah, sorry, Sister Jessica. To summarize, common sense sisters.
Yeah,
the one of umbilical cord he succeeded in taking, and Sister Jessica took it back. So he didn't have any umbilical cord.
Yes, so I had to be careful with my daughter. So, but what I did was I flushed the umbilical cord, the 3 cord later on. So my daughter, I was careful, and my youngest son too, I was careful. I made sure that he didn't have access. He was still monitoring to see when they will fall, but when they fell, I held on to them and flushed them. So what in the long run is that this is part of what I experienced, and this is one thing about these people. I experienced serious torture after this whole court thing. The torture was out of this world because this guy he was already giving me his wicked nature already, but it became worse after the whole thing. There was no peace in the house. He always tell me that the children he gave me, he was now presenting himself as God, that the children he gave me, I used them to do evil to him.
This biblical cord of your 5 children was a massive reason why, things just got really, really out of hand.
It was out of hand, but it became times 10 after that. I never have peace. He kept the wickedness, all the wickedness became out of this world. I could not even, I don't know how to express it. So that is it. This same guy, I remember when I was in University of Benin, I lived in a village called Ekosodi. That I remember one of the days he asked me a question. Till today, if I remember that question, I feel this all feeling. This guy asked me if I wake up for night. He asked me like this in pidgin. He said, honey, if you wake up for night and you see snake on top bed, what do you go do? Auntie B, I could not ask him who was the snake. How will I just see snake? And this was around me and they sleep for bed.
Now. Was it the first son of his father?
No, he's the second. The father and the first son don't agree.
Okay, now he replaced the first son.
Yeah, they don't agree.
He was definitely in the same thing with his dad.
Yeah, they don't agree. His father hate the son, the first son, like a plague.
Yeah, maybe he didn't agree with him. Yeah, so, he didn't want to be initiated.
So in 2019 August, that was the first time he opened up to me that he and his father are in the same thing. He told me that his father, he started and told me that I and my father are one. That my father knows everything I know, and I know all that my father knows. This was that day we were preparing. I was preparing to go to church. It was a Sunday, August 19, 2019.
Oh God.
So that was what happened. That was he said that word, and I was like, I thought you said you were a church man, a Christian.
A Christian.
He digressed. So this guy has been threatening all these years. He always threatened me, even categorically. He said it August 8th of 2018. My baby turned 3 months. He said he will make sure that the government will take my children from me. He has been fighting every means to make sure. He always complained that I give the children too much attention. I was like, what kind of attention? These are little children. I cook. I do my duties in the house. Even when I'm not able to do everything in the house, I run out of energy because you are not home to help. You're always using your job as a yardstick to tell me that you're busy working. But when you come back, instead of you to go and get rest, you're doing everything for other people. You know the needs of other people. You buy gifts, you share. You don't know my need. Since when I come to America, he never give me birthday gift. But before, do you know the time he gave me birthday gifts? I missed one abuse that happened 2019, August 28th, 2019.
I hope you disposed of the umbilical cords.
I disposed all of them.
I hope you flushed them down the toilet.
I
you will never see them.
You never see them. You never had them. I flushed them like as if tomorrow no day. You know.
Exactly.
So August 28th, a day to my birthday. I was born August 29. A day to my birthday, this guy, it was my mom that came to rescue me. My mom was in my store because of food matter again. We didn't have rice. I was begging him for rice. He refused to provide rice. So my mom, someone gave her some rice from church. They shared it, and she volunteered to give it to me when I told her we didn't have rice. But this guy, you know, on seeing that my mom brought something, when I told the children to dress up to go and eat in my store, he stopped. He refused to let my youngest son go. I said, let the pikin go, may go eat. Why are you doing all this? Why are you causing trouble? Along the line, he strangled me. And at this time, there are a lot of things that have been happening. He told me he will make sure that I will not stand in this land. Since he brought me in this land, he threatened my life. He has threatened my life. He has threatened everything he has done. He wants to bring to pass at this time. So as I'm in the shelter, I'm so scared for my life as I'm talking to you. And I'm praying that God will help me so that I can get out of this shelter. So my mom came to save me that day, and you know, from his hand. And the next day, August 29, he brought birthday gifts. Since I came to America, he never got birthday. So those was part of his disguise to just like, he never apologized about his wrongdoing, nothing. He just brought a birthday gift. I said, okay, what thing I go do? She and I inside marriage I did. So these are part of the things that have been happening. A lot of strange things in the house. Auntie B, my mom, when my mom came, she has lived the village life, so they could tell. From time to time, there's this offensive smell in our home. And when it is smell, I noticed that it was a snake smell. But I could not lay my hands. You know, until maybe some other time you go still have me on this show. Make I feel tell some other thing. But when my mom came, my mom was the one that told me that it is a python smell.
Hey.
From time to time, this thing will smell and cover up the house. That's what that guy in a snake. He knows. That's why he asked me that question. If you wake up for night one day and you see snake on the
what will you do? Shy.
Did you know? Me and
man. Oh my God.
Both of us are making love, Auntie B. Everybody knows him. He still tell me that people still say the same thing to him. His eyes, he has this watom eyes, a snake eyes. I am telling you, if this guy, if we are making love, I am scared of his eyes. You know, when a woman, you know, the eyes, when you see his eyes, it's like a snake. Not it's like a snake, it's a snake eyes. And I tell him, this is your eyes. They
change. Yeah, they change when they hammer.
Yeah, and that is what a lot of people tell him too. They tell him that he has this snake eyes, and that is it. So every time he was around me, you know, I just told God to give me the grace not to be scared of him, not to be afraid of him. I told him, you know, I know who you are. You cannot hide who you are. You know you are into evil. Because
this one is just, you are married to an enemy, my sister.
An enemy that doesn't want me to work. I started SS County College in New Jersey here since 2015. People with the American know. Now a 2.5 years program. I never finished until today because this guy refused to let me go back to school. He refused to let.
Apart from the time you worked briefly before your baby, did you ever work since you went to America?
That was the only time, and I worked. Another time I worked was in 2015, August to November, because by December, let me say by part of December, because by December my license got expired. So, and at that time I was pregnant with my daughter. So I was going through the hormonal changes, early pregnancy symptoms. So that was the only time, and that money I worked from was part of the money I used to pay for my citizenship. If not, I wouldn't have been a citizen by now.
Are your children American citizens?
They are all American citizens, but he refused to let them have a passport because I didn't know this guy already has all his plans already. Right now, the vehicle I'm driving, he withheld all the documents. He has 3 vehicles in his name. No one has my name. The one I'm riding, the 2014 Toyota Sienna will be good for an eye. He withhold the document. Right now, I'm only using the vehicle my mom gave me.
So is he caring for his children now that
He
you are
is not. That's what I'm saying. I don't have that time to say everything. He is not. Since we left, he has not sent a dime. That dime is big. He has not sent a cent to us. We've been living under welfare.
So can the court not make him pay child support? I mean, any of you in the US here who can help Jessica if you live around New Jersey, New York area, beg. What can she do? Is there no support in the court that they can make him pay child support to support the children at least?
Definitely,
you have 5 children for him.
Yeah, definitely the court is in that process because he filed for divorce in January. So, but I got to know about the filing in March. So I already what's it called? I already what's the legal terms for that? I already agreed to the, let me use the word agreed to the divorce. I'm already, because this is a lifesaver, because he has been threatening divorce all this while, and he wanted it to come from me. I wasn't ready to start up the divorce, but he finally did it, you know. And right now he's delaying that divorce with the child support thing, because he's now giving stories that he doesn't have job, that I lied against him in the court, you know, that he, you know, because the first 2 cases I went to the court, because I didn't have evidences of police report, because I was scared of.
We're not reporting again.
Yeah, that's why it is. He used it against me. But I told, from my story, I told the police officer who made the temporary restraining order that I have a past history of domestic violence. You know, because I was ready to bring up all the things I have about domestic violence. You know, the police officer made some mistakes rather in that report. And my joy is that at the end, she still included that there was a past history. But when she answered the question on the past history, she answered no. She recorded history of violence, but at the end, in the question of is there a prior history reported or not reported, she answered no. And the part that I told her in my narrative had that we were married. He's my husband. But in her, when she answered the question, she answered plaintiff and defendant are in a dating relationship. Instead of
no matter what happens, whether you have evidence of domestic violence or not, you've got 5 children, and he needs to support you. He cannot just abandon his children. So the court will decide. Yeah,
the court will decide, but he's delaying it now with all these stories that he doesn't have enough money. You know, all those things that he lost his job while he was in because he went to jail last year. He lost his job. This one happened. This one, you know,
he went to jail. Is it you that sent him to jail, or was this?
Yeah, you know, when you give a domestic violence report, they arrested him and he stayed like about 3 days, and he did not call his job that his main job was the one that deleted him from the job. He did not call them to tell them that this is happening. His main job called me. I didn't even tell his main job what happened. It was the second job that called, and you know, to know what's going on. That they kept calling me. So I now told them that he might be in custody. That was the second job. But that second job, he has been working in that second job till this month, since that last year. But he lost his first job, you know. So, but the second job, he continued working there, even up
till. So did they arrest him for the domestic violence?
They arrested him. Even
that first time, the only time you called him, you called the police.
Yeah, I didn't even call the police. I called domestic violence hotline. So how the police got involved was the shelter where I was at told me that I must make a police report. And that was how I went to the thing I was avoiding. I had to finally go to because I was avoiding the police, because the previous night before that day, I already told my pastor with the thing that happened that night in the house. I already told my pastor that I was going to call the police. My pastor pleaded not to call the police. You know, many of these are pastors. I will have to tell us the truth. You will tell them something, they will be behind you, but later on they will leave you. I experienced it. My pastor did that to me. You know, let us tell outsiders, most times, maybe foreigners from another country, when it is your own community people, they will deny you. They will not stand up for you.
Yes, yes. I know.
Nobody
hide abuse. Somebody is asking a question there. Osayeremo, I know. She came to the US as a wife. She was already married. You are asking, I should ask Jessica if she came into the US as a wife. No, she came to the US as a wife. They were already married.
We were
Yeah.
already married, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of women are going through, I wanted to just share some things about these narcissistic people. A lot of people, psychologists believe that these people have mental disorder. It is not a mental disorder. When we go into the scriptures, we understand that God, the Bible has already revealed all these things to us, because narcissistic people have the same pattern of behavior all over the world. All over the world. It is a consistent pattern. They don't change. They are the same. They don't go for therapy. They hate therapy. They hate counseling. They hate and they cheat.
Somebody is asking, sorry Jessica, I keep cutting in, but I'm trying to move it along. Somebody is asking, how old are the children? The oldest is it 8 or 9?
Yeah, he's 8. He's going to be 9 next month.
Okay, so the oldest is 9 and the youngest is what?
He's 3 years old.
3 years old. Yeah. So you got your answer.
Yeah. The youngest
is 3 years old. Yeah.
So amongst them, I have twin and my daughter.
Yeah, there's a twin. There's a twin in there. Yeah.
The twin will be 7 in December. So
yeah.
So that's it.
Can relate. Yeah, they are saying that the story is similar to theirs. Yeah. They can relate. So
these people, just as the Bible has already made us to know, psychologists have studied people to know some kind of behavioral patterns in them, but they don't understand because it is not given unto them to understand. As scripture will tell us in 1 Corinthians 2:14, scripture said, "But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually designed." So psychologists can, it's just that with their study, they know there's something wrong with this person, but spiritually, they don't understand what it means. Scripture already told us that there's something.
Yeah, Coco, sorry, Ms. Jessica. Coco, one of the child was born in Nigeria, but the remaining 4 were born in the US. So there's a lot of questions. I'm just going to, Ms. Jessica, if you don't mind,
okay,
about 2 hours. I shared my link. I'm just going to take maybe 1, 2 people. If you have something to contribute, not to question her, but to help her. Any advice, if you live in the US, particularly for people who live in the US and you can help. These are people who can help. If you've got nothing to help or to support her with, she needs help. She has got 5 children under 9 years old. She's in a shelter. And, she's sharing her experience. And obviously, a lot of people in the comment section are saying that, Ms. Jessica, that it's unfortunate that you marry somebody that you were not, you didn't align spiritually. You marry into a demonic family that you didn't know. I'm sure you know that by now.
His mom is also part of it. Their family, they are very dysfunctional. The father did the same thing to the mother, even though she is also in evil. The father
That's what she's doing it to you. A lot of mother-in-law want their daughter-in-law to experience what they've experienced. That's true.
She had the man had 5 extra children apart from the 5 the woman had. In their home. So their family is a dysfunction. And TP, I will shock you, but this family, these narcissistic people, they sleep with their family members.
Somebody said it in the comment section already.
Oh, I didn't even see that. They sleep with their family members.
Somebody said it, that they do sleep with their family members.
The mother being here is not by accident.
Somebody said that. Yeah. Somebody had already said it, that it seems strange, but they do. They live with
even my children too would have fallen prey of it. Sister, that's what I'm saying. I have too much story. This man was attempting to sexually molest my children because he is also gay.
Hold on, my sister. I've got it on here. Good evening.
Okay.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello, my
sister.
What,
Auntie? I tell her she's even lucky she got paper. My friend is going through the same thing. She doesn't have papers.
It's good,
but she got the help. Okay. So know that your problem, 99.9 is solved already.
Yeah.
You understand? Because my friend, through the same story, she moved, she went to the shelter. They gave her a place. She had food stamp. She's now using somebody paper to work for 4 children. Your story, you're even a citizen. So
Yeah,
stop wiping.
thank
Like
God.
wipe your tears, my sister.
I have.
What
I
you
have.
do is, the good thing is you went to shelter. Now the
Okay.
shelter will help you. But most of the time in America, you have to find maybe a part-time job, work.
How
Then
Yeah.
the
can you
shelter,
have 5 children under 9? Who will look after the children?
At the moment, it's so
the
tough.
government will give you a place to the daycare. Apply for government daycare, they will give it to you.
Right now, my children have a daycare, but let
Okay.
me just let me just tell
Yeah.
you something about finally those things I couldn't get while I was with him. I have started getting them. That is why I'm
Of
so
course.
grateful.
So they will give
My
you a
children have been
lawyer.
enrolled. Yeah, my
Yeah,
children.
they'll give you a lawyer. You have a case study. Somebody will manage your case. Okay.
That one is so tough. You know why? Because the lawyers do not represent. They only give you legal advice. And
Okay,
that is
then maybe New Jersey. In Virginia, my friend that doesn't even have paper, she got a government loan. Ask the shelter people. Ask the shelter people.
they also know the same thing. It's the same thing. So I had to
There
get a
may
lawyer.
be
I
there may
had
be
to get a lawyer.
yeah, there may be New Jersey, because in Virginia, my friend that doesn't have paper, she got a lawyer. When they went to court, okay, this man lied. So prepare. He's gonna lie. He's gonna lie. But the good thing is you went to the shelter, so you have so much proof.
Yes, I thank God. Thank God. I didn't even know that this is how the system works.
Okay, and he's gonna ask you, he's gonna fight back because he has maybe have the money to get the lawyer that you might not get. You understand? And so what evidence you have, don't delete it, keep it to yourself, don't tell friends. You know, some Africans, they'll be telling their friends are friends with their husband.
I have deleted a lot of them from my life, my sister, because
okay. So when you go to court, prepare your mind that you are fighting a war. Now it's gonna start with joint custody. And fight, you don't want joint custody, you want visitation. If you know it's dangerous to the, if you know, it's like what my friend did was the kids didn't want their father, so he asked the court to give them visitation, like you come and visit, but they'll have somebody watching over them, a government whatever supervisor will sit down there on the path. First of all, that's what they do. They'll do it for you to see how the kids, you know, talk to their father, how their father play with them and all that. So you are fighting a war, but your war, you've won 90% already. You understand what I mean? You've won 90% already. So just wipe your tears. As you talk to auntie, don't talk to anybody again. Okay? Because our people, now so your friends might be happy for you that you left, but it's a lie. Whatever you are planning, they'll go and tell your husband. So your problem is solved. Okay, so my friend don't have paper, my sister, but she's surviving. It's been 3 years. She's surviving. And go and get food stamp, okay?
I have food stamp, but when it comes to financial, you know, this financial aspect of the whole thing.
You need to work. You need to work.
I have food stamp, I have cash assistance, but the cash assistance is not enough because I co-pay for the shelter. I pay co-payment for the shelter, and I also pay for my for my storage unit. So at the end, I am left with almost nothing. But the grace of God has been helping us. You know, I have food.
Yeah, I think New Jersey is different from Virginia. Virginia, my friend didn't pay anything, but they give her a place to stay because she proved that she have a little income. You understand? So let me leave here somebody else, maybe somebody that lives in New Jersey that knows the law. But I'm just telling you that your problem is solved. Okay? Your problem. You have paper. Make use of the system. Get financial aid and go to school. Don't sit at one place. You get citizenship.
I already started something, you know.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to say something about what she said. When it comes to New Jersey and lawyers, the shelters know already it doesn't work like that. Many times you have to find yourself a lawyer for yourself, which I have done now because I don't want to lose my children to him. That is why, because of my children, I had to. This man filed for full custody. A man that has not been in the life of his children filed for full custody and said why the court is why the court is why the divorce is pending. He's going to file for. He filed for.
So that I can give them to his mother.
Yeah,
I've got other people waiting. They might have some valuable advice.
Yeah.
So let's
get
get them. Yeah.
All right.
Chichi, I've got you.
Yeah. Hi, Auntie. Nice to speak with you.
Thank you, my love.
Yes. So I came to the US when I was 19, and I'm 36 now. So I probably.
Oh, we've lost Chi there. She'll come back. Abby, let's add Abby. Hello, Abby.
Hi, Auntie Bree. Thanks for adding me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I just want to say to Auntie Jessica that she's strong and she should just keep on moving on the way she's doing. And what I actually want to say is all these narcissist people, they actually pick up the strong empaths to feed from. You understand? From the way she has been, from the way she has been talking since, you can sense from her that she's a really strong woman. You understand? She was even able to stand up to him at times. So that shows she's strong. And that alone should let her know that she can do this. She's on the right track. She should just keep going. And what I would kind of advise for her is to she should let go of all the bitterness.
Yeah.
Because that will hold her back. She should let go of all the bitterness, just focus on herself and the children, and she'll go a long way. He has done his part. He came to her life to show her some things. I would say that he came to her life to even bless her because she went with the children.
How can a man ask his wife that if you wake up in the night and see a snake, what will you do? My God, in your bed.
Yeah, but she has learned her lesson.
Yeah,
you understand. I'm not trying to focus on the negative here. I will only focus on the blessings she got from this relationship, which are the children. You understand? There are some women who have met this type of people, like she have her kids just for him. There are some women who continue to meet this type of men and keep having children and all of, but she just had all her kids for one man and she came out of it alive. So my advice is just stay strong. You're strong and you can do it. And thank you for sharing your story, because it goes a long way to helping others come out of such a relationship. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
When it comes to the bitterness part, if I have been bitter, I will not come out to share my story. I have to tell you the truth. I thank God for the grace of God in me. Even while we were both living together, I told him, I will not be angry against you. That all you're trying to do is to create bitterness in my heart, but I'm not going to do that. And that is how God has been fighting these battles for me. That look at me, I could give my children food when I want to. Not when somebody wants to. I have to beg to get my children to eat.
Feed his own children. His own children.
And this man subjected my children to sitting down. Auntie B, we are in America. This man subjected my children to sit down on the floor to eat. What a wickedness.
He doesn't have dining table or any chair for them.
We have dining table. I had to even buy a new chair for the dining table, because when we got the dining table, it's nothing to hide. With the dining table, brand new dining table, somebody threw it away in their basement. I mean, in our basement. I saw it and I liked it. He never wanted to buy the dining table. We brought it into the house. He didn't have a chair. I bought chairs from Walmart. And for these children to sit down on the chair, this man even went to my pastor and told my pastor that I didn't want the children to be sitting down on the floor to eat. What a wickedness. This man was abusing my oldest son. He was abusing him all the time.
Obiajulu, I've got you. If you check my the comment section, you see the link. You can come in. We've got Chichi back. Hello, Chichi. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, sorry, Auntie B. So I think I disconnected.
Yes.
So, Auntie Jessica, I just want to tell you, you'll be fine as long as you've contacted the states. Trust me, they get it. And for his license, it might be at stake. But be very careful, because if he switches that he's a businessman, and let me tell you one thing they do again here. Be very careful. I've seen a lady, they took the 4 children from her because the man lied that the lady had mental problem. That's the new one they do now. So
he said that about me too. He said that about me too. He wanted.
Oh, he said that already. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not gonna take our time. I just wanna use this medium to give advice to our single ladies, divorced, widowers or widows, or people that are gonna get married. Let me tell you why they tell us all the time, and it's not about you, Miss Jessica. I'm really sorry about what happened. I'm just saying generally. Why they tell us don't call police on our African men here. The police don't like Africans. They can kill them and tell them we came to the house and they wanted to kill us. They have killed a lot of African men. That's why. I'm not talking about you. I'm saying it generally.
And yeah, but he was beating her and choking her. So in that case, she has to ask the police.
Yes, Auntie B, I got you. I'm telling you why. I'm not talking about her, like I said. I'm telling you why, of course, there's a threat to your life, of course. But I'm telling you why the African community, what they do, why they tell you don't do.
Yeah, thank you, Chichi. But I don't think, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm not talking about her. And another thing, I'll let our ladies, those that they marry from Africa and bring here, I want us all to accept what is called culture shock. Culture shock, it's real here. When we get here, we don't have nannies, we don't have maids, we don't have all those things. It's just a different continent. It's just a different world. Thank you, Auntie B, for what you are doing. It is amazing. Auntie Jessica, you are a testimony. Thank you for everybody that attended, and may God bless us all. Bye.
Thank you so much, Chichi. We appreciate that. I've got Sissy Babs.
Yeah,
hello, Sissy Babs.
Yeah. Hi, Auntie B. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
And Jessica, for me, I'll just like to contribute. Like, when you get to court and he says that you're not working, that might be a reason or an aspect where they will look at and want to take the children away from you. And since you said you have CNA, I think it would be nice if you can rewrite your certification and update your certificate so that you can start working. Since you said the kids have a daycare where they go to, because honestly, it's not easy living around here. But then, since you have something to do already, it's easier for you to do that, so that when you get to court, you know that you have money and you can take care of your children, so that you have your children with you all the time. That's all I have to do.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can I say something about that? Like, the job thing is not an issue. Even I got another license last year, January, but the COVID didn't make me start working. I paid for that license, a home health aid license in January last year, but the COVID, we see how everything happened with COVID. But at this moment, I only enrolled my children this January in the daycare for the first time. My children never went to daycare. I took care of them throughout with my mom at the time she was with us. So, but what I'm trying to say, when it comes to getting a job, I know that is what one of the things he talked about in the statement he filed, that I can't take care of them. I know it was because of the job thing, but the issue is that I want to do something better for my children, because the menial job cannot pay. I'm not saying it's a menial job per se, but what I'm trying to say is that with the number of children I have, I need a bigger space. Like
you have to start from somewhere.
I'm coming. I'm trying to tell you something. At the moment, my target is going back to school, which I have already started the process. Which I have already.
Obiajulu, I've got other people waiting. Hello, Obiajulu. Obiajulu, we've got you. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. Obiajulu is not talking, so I had Peace Like a River. Hello, Peace Like a River.
Hi, Sis Bridget. How are you?
I'm all right, Sis. Good evening.
And Sis Jessica.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello. Are you there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes. Okay. So I just want to say something. I actually live in New Jersey, and I do HR and I do Okay. So I am in HR, and I know I know some of the law that governs Jessica's case.
Right.
No, the government will never take your children for not working. That is incorrect.
Okay,
right.
Thank you.
Oh God.
Never. It will never happen.
I'm good now. I'm happier now to hear that.
Thank you so much.
Because I had some anxiety.
I am here in New Jersey. Now, and I can go into detail with Sis Jessica. I can go into detail.
Yeah. Obiajulu, do you want her contact so you can email her and connect with her outside this show?
Yes, definitely. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Peace Like a River is gone again. Okay. Obiajulu, go on.
Okay. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Okay, so I unfortunately I'm not a lawyer and I don't live in New Jersey, but this is what I would say, right? I'm very proud of her because it takes a lot to stand and speak your truth the way she has. And if you notice, she's not breaking down and crying, but there's still the emotional side of this. And I'm sure at night she'll probably sit down and start thinking about, oh my God, where did I go wrong? But this is what I would say to her.
Yeah.
Look, my darling, you did everything that you could as a human being, but there's something wrong with this guy. It's fundamentally wrong with him. He is the problem, right? You did your prayers as you should, as a praying wife and mother. And this is God's answer to your prayer. I'm very happy that you said something. You said you have plans. So you should break your plans into 3 stages. Short-term plan. How do I survive now? Take care of my babies.
Yeah.
Medium-term plan. Okay, in the next 6 months, what do I intend to achieve? Long-term plan. How do I go back to school and finish? So you are actually on the way.
Yeah.
So I would say to you, right? Once you have everything in place, take it one day at a time.
Right.
Cut off all those people that you had as mutual friends. He has already told them what he wants to tell them, and they've already taken sides. Let me tell you. And they are never going to take your side, especially when you met them through him.
Thank you. The flying
So you see, your support system is your own family. They can never go wrong with their advice on you, because those are the people that have loved you before you became who you are now, and they'll love you even if you become something else tomorrow. That's your support system. So I really pray for you, and I pray that God gives you all the support that you need, because it's not just saying this thing here. I just have to say this, right? I call forth destiny helpers for you.
Amen.
And these destiny helpers might not even be people you know right now, but they'll hear about you and they'll be compelled to help you. That's my prayer for you.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Have a good night.
Thank you, and you too.
Thank you, Auntie B.
So much. Yeah, you're welcome, Obiajulu.
Auntie B.
I'm back on.
Okay, thank you for coming back.
Go on. Peace Like a River.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry about that. So like I was saying earlier, I live here in New Jersey. So here's the thing. They will never, ever, ever take your children for not working. And I'm going to side with you. It's going to be very, very, very difficult for you to work with 5 kids. Yeah. Now, I understand people saying, try to get back on your feet and working. But we all know I have 3 kids of my own. It's one day, one person's nose is running. The other day, they have temperature. One day, this one. So you'll be going back and forth between work and daycare, picking up. So that's the reality of it, because the kids are still young. Now, concerning child support, you don't have to wait for your divorce to be completed before you initiate child support. You can seek a separation, which legally you're already separated because you live in a shelter. And behind the scenes, I'm going to reach out to Sister B to get your contact. I'm here in New Jersey. I know people. We got your back. So going back to child support. Now, you said something about the fact that when he was arrested, he lost his job. Yeah, it's just an arrest. He hasn't been convicted of anything yet, so he can still work. Let me tell you something else about child support. Even if he's trying to do mago and doesn't want to work, when you go to court,
he must work. He has 5 children.
No, Auntie B, let me tell you what's going to happen. When they go to court, even if he's trying to not work to avoid child support, they will tell him, what did you graduate with? Like if you went to school, if you graduated as a nurse will have a BSN. They will say, based on you having this degree, you should be making this amount of money. So whether you're working or not, we're going to levy you what you should be making if you're actually working. So there's no mago here. So like I said, you don't have to be divorced. You're already in a shelter. And actually, when you applied for benefits, that's when they should have referred you to family court concerning their child support. But again, I'm not going to take too much time. No. This information is wrong. They will never take your children for not working. It's almost impossible, Sis B. It's almost impossible. And you're in a shelter. You have to keep an eye on these children. Now, here's another thing that I'm going to tell you. New Jersey is similar to New York. It's a very difficult state. So please have it in the back of your mind that you might have to move to a more conducive state.
Yes. Okay.
A more conducive state like the Texas. Even Maryland is more conducive. New Jersey and New York are very fast track states that it's kind of hard to get your foot on the ground. They're very, they're very expensive. You know what I mean? So, and a change of environment won't hurt you anyways. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Don't be scared to relocate. When you relocate, their resources are not as exhausted as in New York and New Jersey. So please keep that in mind. But no, he can't hide. And like I said, I'm going to give you this information behind the scenes. If he likes, he can hide and not work to avoid showing income. They will compute. And every state is different. I think one caller talked about her friend in Virginia. Every state is different on how they approach these things. So also keep that in mind. So listen, thank you for your testimony. The Lord is your strength, but there's information out there. And again, I'll reach out to Sister B to get your contact. Let's find out what shelter you're in, so we can start pooling resources. I know people in New Jersey that will help you. I know people in New Jersey that will help you. And me, I don't take any nonsense from anybody. I know lions that are women in New Jersey. We will stand behind you. This is absolutely is not even necessary. It's just crazy.
At the moment, like what she said, I really appreciate her, because I know people are trying to bring that they're going to take my children, but I no longer live in that fear anymore because of what she just explained. Like when it comes to schooling, my foot at the moment now I'm going for summer 2 program because I need to go and do something, because just like he said, it's so impossible. Even at this time, my children have been going to daycare, and they started school in April recently, which just closed recently. I have been going back and forth. I cannot walk because my oldest son was closing by 1 o'clock. I have to go and pick him.
You're running up and down doing school running.
Exactly.
5 children under 9 years.
You cannot. It just
has been so amazing. But I thank God for the grace. Like at the moment now, he filed the last one of the statements. He filed because I said that he abused me, that the government that the states rather said he cannot walk. He now
bullcrap. Has he been convicted? Has he been convicted?
He has not been convicted.
I'm in healthcare, sis. I'm in healthcare, so I'm not just talking out of my behind. I'm in healthcare and I'm in HR, so I know how these things work. He has to be convicted for his license to be dinged. When his license is dinged, that means it will be very difficult for him to have a job, but he has to be convicted. It's just there's always a process. You know, Obodo now. There's always a process. So just mere accusation is not enough to withdraw, because mere accusation is not noted in a background check. So he has to be convicted for his license to get dinged. Okay. Now, even if his license gets dinged, he has to find something to do, because they will still charge him for child support. It might not be as much as what he will give if he was working as a nurse, but they will still ding him for child support. There's no zero. Even people in jail incur child support. That's facts.
Yes,
thank you. Mr. Geriba, do you have my contact?
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it on your community page or something, and I will email you tonight.
Tonight. ObodoFam@gmail.com. That's it.
So
no problem.
When it comes to the child support thing, I already through my lawyer at the moment now I'm owing over $7,000 in court fee. I'm telling you, that is how, because this guy he kept filing court statement they call it. He kept filing, and it has taken me beyond what I planned, because the reason I started with the court was because of my children. When he wants
to drag it out so that you'll be tired.
Thank you.
So that you'll be tired.
No, we will not be tired. No.
Yeah. He's trying to wear you out so that, but I mean, he doesn't even need a court to tell him that he's got 5 children to be responsible.
No.
Yes, like
he need a court to tell him that. He knows that he has not allowed you to work all the years you've been in America. All you've been doing is having these babies.
I have voice record of him. I have voice record of him, but because it's Auntie B, I had to learn the hard way. This guy always record me the home. You know, when he starts his trouble, some of the times I react, he will just start recording me. I had to learn the hard way. I started recording his voice. He did not know. January of last year. And a lot of things I have, when I table them before the court, they're gonna put him in big trouble. So, you know, like when it comes to he agreed, you know, narcissistic people they are big time liars. This guy will agree to some things, some of them he will deny, you know, but some of them he agreed to. I still have them. This guy confessed that, yes, I didn't want you to work, I wanted you to stay home. Stay home and do what?
That's the first abuse, to say not to work. You come to America to come and copy children. Thank you so much. This is like a river.
Power and control.
Please, it's control, definitely. Yeah, please contact me. And then I will meet up with Jessica.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on.
And another thing that when it comes to the child support thing, I've been so scared because the shelter director told me that if I start doing anything, it's going to affect my welfare cash assistance. You know, people can testify about this thing, because if I start working, it's going to, and at the moment I don't have money to make more than the co-pay I'm doing for the shelter. You know,
yeah. So I understand, my sister. It's going to be all right. Ogadimma. By the grace of God. The first victory, like one of the sisters there said, was that the fact that you are alive to tell your story, and you are well, you've got your blessings, your children are with you, and you are okay. So guys, I just want to encourage you before we leave, because I'm rounding up now. Please support Miss Jessica's channel. She's got a YouTube channel here. It's called Realities Around You. That's what it's called, Realities Around You. I'm going to link it. You might likely not find it because it's a new channel. You might not find it because I did look for it myself. It's not going to pop up on this.
I put it there on TV. Sorry.
You put it where?
I've gotten the link. I was able to get the link last night into this morning. Yeah.
Okay, where did you put it?
I put it in one of the videos in the videos on my channel. The 2 videos.
Oh no! For them to find you, they need to search it on YouTube. Oh, so you need to come up. Yeah, they can't have the link until they search you. So what I will do is that when we finish, I will put it in the description of this video, so that they can find you. So finally, Miss Jessica, what do you have to say? Because we need to round up now, my friend.
Yes, what I want to say is that just like some people already said about people going into relationship, they all have to be careful. You know, this whole thing, being attracted to a narcissist, has happened to a lot of women. So we have to be careful. When we see red flags, we should speak up. And when somebody say don't call police on African man, please don't listen. I will not lie to you. Call police. Only police make them listen. Because when they are misbehaving, only when you are at risk of, you know, you are in a very toxic relationship like mine. Mine was so toxic, but I never called police all this while. Only 2 times I called police on him, and I was seen as the bad egg in the community. But one thing is that our community encourage and enable abuse. Our country enable it. Our parents do. Our relatives, they do. They will still want you to go back to the relationship. Just like my father wants me to go back to that marriage. I said, no, you cannot. You are not the one in the shoe. So I cannot go back to that place. I even told my dad, you even allowed your younger sister, because you didn't fight for her, she died in it. I will not be a victim. At least with.
So they still want you to go back to this man.
I say my papa and his brothers, in fact, all my relatives, they want. I said, okay, my mother has seen it. If you people cannot believe my own, my mom has seen it happen. So if I'm, and to be just like I tell you, these people, they are terrible. This guy na homo. He tried to have anal sex with me all this day. I refuse. So hey.
So my sister, finally, we're going to end now because of time. I know your story is very, very long. Yeah. So finally, your word of advice for sisters and brothers who are watching in terms of relationship and narcissism and the impact it has on the other person.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. These children just walked in. So, like as I was saying that this whole thing is it's visible. It's not hidden. It's not a hidden situation. Come on, mama. Come on, go. Thank you.
Yeah, we're ending now, so you can focus on the kids.
Yeah, let me go out with the laptop because they just walked in. So, when it comes to this whole thing, the thing is not hidden anymore. These people, they disguise themselves for a long time, but at the end, they can't hide it anymore. So when you see the red flag, take
action. Yeah.
Action. And these people cannot change. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They will never change. They are consistent in their behaviors. This one is not that we are swearing for them, we are laying curse on them. Narcissistic people are demon possessed. They don't change. They are men. The higher number of men, narcissistic men are higher than women. The statistics, as I saw, as 80% of men all over the world are narcissistic. Why 20% are women? So people think that women are more demon possessed. They don't know that it's men that is more demon possessed because they see when some women put some flashy things, they think that women are more demon possessed. So people have to be very careful. See the signs. See, the signs are there. These men are cheats. They don't rest because you know why they are cheating. That's why men are cheating. That's why you hear about men cheating because their time is short. These men want to pollute as many women as they want. Then the women that are involved want to pollute as many men as they want. That's why
Miss Jessica, I keep calling it because I want to say someone was asking if you've had deliverance since this whole thing.
When it comes to, I know myself, I know like when it comes to deliverance thing, I know I was not in any way. The only thing I've been praying about myself, I was not in any way initiated into, because this guy already told me that he wanted me. It is you that I want. He told me that when I was pregnant with the twins. So I have not gone for any deliverance because I don't see there's any need. It is my children that I'm concerned about. My children I'm concerned about because I know if I have any pollution in me, I will not be telling the truth of what is going on. I will still be in the background and I'm enjoying to do the wrong thing.
What about counseling? Have you had counseling?
Yes, I've had counseling when I was in the first shelter. So my children are the ones that are going to be enrolled in counseling because they are acting up a lot of things. There are some things. Yeah. So like this thing, like when it comes to, I know who I am, that I did not contact. He tried to get me contacted with his evil, but it wasn't working. That's why he was so frustrated. It was a big frustration for him.
Yeah, you need to go for deliverance, my sister. Even Obiadilu said it in the comment section. He said you need to break soul ties. You were sleeping with him, so whether the only thing is or not, you have soul ties. You are connected in your souls, so you need that deliverance.
That's why I'm telling you that even though I was sleeping with him, does not mean that he could contact. Definitely, the only thing is to pray myself out of and break every link between us. That's all I've been praying.
Everybody in the comment section is saying that you should consider going. We can't make you, but because you were connected in your souls, that you need to go or consider going for counseling. You were sleeping with this man, and you are connected in your soul, whether you know it or not. Anyway, thank you so much, Miss Jessica, for coming to the studio. I posted her channel here on the comment section. Please, guys, help me support her by clicking on that link to subscribe to her YouTube channel. If you can, please help me click on it. That would be very, very helpful. And for that sister that wanted to talk to her behind the scene, please contact me. My email address here, and I'll put it on the screen again before we leave, is obodoiboconnect@gmail.com. Guys, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I don't know how many of you has.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Jessica. This is not over yet. We'll talk again. Yeah, I've got your number. And anybody that contacts me that will be able to reach you, I will connect them to you. Some people want to donate to you as well. So I will also share your, if you've got, I'll talk to you about it later on so that we can see.
Thank you so much. Bless everyone that has understood the point I'm coming from. From my YouTube channel, you will hear more. You haven't had anything yet.
And I just want to encourage you, that YouTube channel, don't worry too much about it for now. Your hands are full, my sister.
Yes, I know.
You got 5 kids, yeah? You know what Obiajudu was saying, that you have to have short-term and long-term. That YouTube seems like a long-term goal, so don't worry about YouTube for now.
I know. If you see that video, now since October I post on.
No, don't worry about YouTube. YouTube not even be your priority now. You don't have the energy to grow a YouTube channel. YouTube channel takes a lot, so you will do it later. Don't worry.
The reason I want to tell my story is for people, because to me, I'm looking at it that I'm wasting the time that God gave me already to start telling people. There are a lot of, you see the things that have been happening all recently. These are narcissistic characteristics. So a lot of people cannot
be shy. There's no time limit to it, my sister. When you are in a good place, you will share it. Thank you so much for coming, my sister. Yeah. All right. Yeah. We're going to say that you should consider going for that deliverance. A lot of people in the comment section are telling me that you need it. I know you feel like you are not contaminated, but you, whether you like it or not, because you were sleeping together, your souls are tied. So please consider looking for a good deliverance ministry, deliverance pastor, and praying, having some sort of deliverance from this devilish and satanic family that you were married to. We wish you well, Sister Jessica. I pray for you and your children that the Lord will help you. Please, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. We'll try to bring real life stories, so it won't be like it's a made up. This is a woman who's endured years of pain, abuse, name it. Imagine not being able to walk. She came all the way from Nigeria to the US. She was working in Nigeria. The minute she came, the first abuse was not allowing her to walk. Imagine. He left her with 5 children, no support. She's in a shelter. Is this not enough to drive somebody crazy? And for everybody that is watching this and the brothers that watch this later, I know you will always abuse me, but you know, consign me. Now go Coco still hear the truth, whether you lock it or not. If you drive a woman crazy, just best believe that they will make your children crazy. Know that. So because you guys can bounce away from that relationship and you go and marry other people, you go and run with other women, but make a woman crazy and you'll be sure that your children will be crazy. So do well. Be kind. If your woman is pregnant, go through the journey with her. They do like Oyibo people. Stop bringing, some of you bring your bush Nigerian African behavior into the diaspora. It doesn't work here. Help her. Help her through the process. Is your child. Help her, please. And when there's conflict in the family, if you cannot at least be neutral, then take your wife's side. You don't need to take your parents' side against your wife that you married. It is just not right. Yeah. You said Pastor Lukoya calls it evil soul tie. Yeah, it needs to be broken, my sister. I hope you will take the advice of the people around here, because a lot of people are saying that you need that deliverance. I hope you will take it on board. Please take the advice. It's important that you do that deliverance to free yourself of all those things that you don't know they put, all the oil, all the perfume and everything they gave you since when you got married to this man. Yeah. Join, and a lot of people have been raving about this church. NSPPD. 7 a.m. prayers. A lot of people have been raving about it. My friend sent it to me. I haven't joined them, but I might join them once. So yeah, please, we'll keep praying for you, and I pray that God will see you through. I'll talk to you outside it, Sister Jessica. And thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope we've learned 1 or 2 things from this story and from her experience, and we'll pray total recovery for our sister. We pray total recovery and for her and her family, that God, in his infinite mercy, will keep her and preserve her and her children. She will come out victorious. She's not asking for anything. She's just asking to have her life so that she will be happy and her children will be taken care of. It takes 2 people to bring children into this world. You cannot have 5 children and you turn away and say you are not working. You must work and you must take care of these children. That is not negotiable. Thank you so much, Angela Hill, for the super chat. I appreciate you, sis. Love you very, very much. And I appreciate you for this evening. I'm signing off now. Thank you, everybody. Bimpe, Oluremi, thank you. Ajibola, Oyin, thank you. Helen, I appreciate you. Miss O, thank you. Aya, thank you so much, everybody. Have a good week ahead. I love you, and may God bless us all. Thank you so much, Miss Jessica, for sharing your story, and the Lord will keep you and uphold you. You will go from glory to glory in Jesus' name. Have a good week, guys. I love you. Bye-bye.